our journey and dive into the lively foray. As Nigeria live, tuning bright and clear. Insights, laughs and knowledge are all right here. Current news and issues, what's happening today. Personal tales unfolding in a unique way. Political views and tales of old and new. With guest speakers who share a broader view. Come along, be a part of this vibrant scene. Your voice, your story, your dreams to be seen.
All right. Good evening, Nigeria. Good evening, Anna. How are you doing today?
Good evening, Abraham. I'm doing okay, supposedly.
Mm.
I'm doing good.
now, now, we're missing Olakunle. Oh, join us shortly, but let's carry on without him. How was the day? How did it go? I think we should start with
My
that.
day. Let me see. There's a way your day will end, and then you will now start thinking about what you did today. Like, you have to go back to remember what you did in the daytime and how it was. But my day was a bit
Okay.
stressful, and after all of the stress, I realized that I slept for like 2 hours. But what was
Was it
funny was I was still
was it
hearing what
productive?
was going on around me. It was productive to a certain extent, but I was still hearing what was
Okay.
going on around me. So it just felt like the sleep was a waste because I really wanted to just pass out, but I couldn't. I couldn't pass out. So that's
Wow.
it. Well, my day was productive and it was good. So yeah.
Wow.
How was yours? How
That
did
makes
yours
sense.
go?
Well, mine is just neutral, especially with the fact that a lot of things that what we would discuss today is basically what has already spoiled my day, right? While I was curating them,
Well.
yes, while I was curating them, the things it's about Nigeria. What is going on in Nigeria
Yeah.
currently? What we discussed all of these issues. I mean, last
Mm-hmm.
time we had to look at the ones with the legal issue, the one with you know, I think two cases like that. But today, I think it's something similar, but it takes another dimension, right? Takes another dimension, and it's not something I look forward to. We have to discuss it because this is Nigeria. We don't have anywhere to go, right? So my day, pretty much, was a bit restful, but like that. Just curating this wasn't that palatable, but while we wait for Lakme, I think we can look at the first part of the video, right? It was about an influencer. If you check title for today, it's about an influencer who exposed how military personnel, soldiers at the front line, were being fed, right? I'm not sure that my
Hmm.
livestock will be fed that way. I think seeing is believing. Let's just watch the video. Let's see what the person is trying to say. Was trying
Look
to
at the
say.
food that your soldiers are eating. I uploaded a video few hours ago. It never even reached 1 hour. A military personnel sent me this picture. This is what the Nigerian army, the Nigerian government are feeding our soldiers in Meduguri morning, afternoon, and night. Look at that rice. One small rice like that. Look at the small gari. And look at that soup that look like
Oh,
vomit. This is what they feed the people that are defending Nigeria. This is the food they give to people who are facing terrorists every day, whereby we are in a country that the federal government is spending 604 million naira to rehabilitate the radicalized terrorists.
A few moments later.
Nigerians, why are we wicked to ourselves? Why is it that our leaders are wicked? Just few minutes ago, it's not even up to
I
30 minutes
always
or
knew
1 hour
there's
that I
gonna be a
uploaded a video
flaw.
about the army feeding, the kind of food they give them. Now the Air Force are sending me their own. Look at what they're feeding
Damn.
your Air Force officers. Look at what they're feeding your Air Force officers. So how do you expect them to be efficient? How do you expect them to work? How do you expect more people to join this army? This Air Force, imagine Air Force. Do you know what is Air Force? One of the respected force in Nigeria. Why our chief commander of the armed forces have they record Tinubu? Tinubu now is he not the commander in chief? Chief commander of armed forces. They don't even scatter my brain. I don't know which one they talk again. He's busy preparing for election. Where the people who are guiding our airspace, are people who are guiding our borders, people who are guiding our land, our military, they are not feeding well. Me no be saying Kwashoko go kill our soldiers. Me no be saying Kwashoko go kill our military. See what they see that rice? That rice does not have any nutrition. Look at their bar. Look at the soup. Are they prisoners? Prisoners in other countries are feeding better than our Air Force officers. Prisoners in US, they are feeding better than our military personnel. Prisoners in other countries are doing, in fact, they have better living. Oh, why am I even going far? Terrorists in my country, terrorists in Nigeria are feeding better than the force. Terrorists, yes, because they will radicalize them. Don't you see when I said they budgeted 604 million naira for rehabilitation, reintegration of terrorists? Guy, they drive small stuff, they shake my video. And they go, no, I don't say make you park, they drive well. And our military know the job. See what they feed them. See, Nigerians, nobody say I want to shout, but we need to understand the root of the insecurity in Nigeria. You cannot fight insecurity with empty tummy. You cannot fight insecurity when you are malnourished. Nigerians, please, took much for this. You may not say that justice. I can only speak for only one mouth I get. But Nigerians, we need to understand where our problem is coming from. We have a foundational issue. Police they cry, army they cry, Air Force they cry. Who can they guide us? That is the reason why the insecurity is much. Nobody. We are living by the grace of God. Even the grace of God, our religious leaders say, let's say they don't collect that grace of God. We are just living by luck. Any day you go out and come back safely, congratulations to you. If you don't come back, congratulations to you, because those who are supposed to protect us, they are not even protected. They don't even feed well. They're not even doing all right. Nigerians, I can only speak for one. We all have to talk. Thank you.
This is one of the videos that we found so offensive that today we, the friends and family of Justice Crack, are looking for Justice Crack. Justice Crack only amplified the voices of men and women in the Nigerian army serving in the front lines who are giving this kind of dirty to eat as opposed to food. The Defense Intelligence Agency, the Directorate of Military Intelligence, the Directorate of State Security Service, the Nigerian police must tell us
4 or 5 days now.
And as a matter of fact, must return him back to us in pristine condition.
I just hope they don't get to find his body somewhere. I hope they find him alive. He comes back alive.
Yeah, because there's been many people who, after saying things like that, I mean, it doesn't affect him. Look at him, right? He obviously is feeling well, right? If he doesn't say anything, it doesn't affect him. But
it will not.
Like I said, it's not something that you just ignore, right?
So
it's not something you ignore. Now, I mean, we're getting somewhere. It's a lot to unpack tonight. Just that the video itself, right? While watching the video, and it makes me feel some kind of anger, right? What do you think is the root cause of soldiers being maltreated, right? At the forefront, those serving at the forefront of where terrorism, banditry has taken root. What do you think is the root cause of that?
Somehow I look at it like a food chain. It feels to me like this is a food chain, and those at the forefront are like at the bottom of the food chain, the ones who would eat the crumbs that would fall off the master's table. And it doesn't make sense to me because they are the ones who are getting to do the hard work.
But
no. They are. This is the system that they have fixed. This is the system that they have fixed for themselves. This is what it looks like to me. Like they have made it look like a food chain, like a ladder, where those at the bottom get to suffer more. But that doesn't make it right. Right? This is the picture that I see from the Nigerian military or the military in Africa. I don't know how vast that is, but that is the picture that they have let other people see.
I'm not sure all the militaries in Africa are treated that way. I'm not sure. It's not possible.
Right? Some countries in Africa, actually, some, not all. I think I saw a video. Now, this is what I'm going to say. It's quite a few, and Nigeria is taking the lead when it comes to not treating soldiers and the military well. I saw a video. She was comparing the salaries of U.S. military, South Africa, even the South Africa that we are even trying to throw shades at, and then Nigeria, and even South Africa pay their soldiers more than Nigerians pay their soldiers.
Wow.
Nigerian soldiers, at the very least, are not earning up to I don't know if now they've adjusted it. They're not earning up to the minimum wage. They're not
I
from
think yeah, at the point they were not earning up to the minimum wage. They were earning about 54,000 naira. I think now that it has been increased, I think it's 70 something. Or let me see if I can bring up
check it
something
out.
that's still the
Yes.
salary
So we
scale.
don't just talk randomly.
Yes.
Now, um they are the ones that get to do the job. When we were in school, they told us that the purpose of the military, police, they are the ones that do the inside protection, checking out for order, for law, and seeing that it is enforced. Then the soldiers get to do the overall work, right? They get to protect the borders, the airspace, and if they are not being fed, if they are not being taken care of, how do they how would they protect Nigeria if nobody is looking out for them? How would they
Mm.
protect the country? And let me tell you something. I will not be surprised, guys, if the reason Justin, oh, his name is Justin, if the reason
Justice
that
Crack, yeah.
Justice, if the reason Justice is missing is even one of those military boys, I will not be surprised. Now, I'm not saying that is what happened, but I will not be surprised if it's one of those boys that were used, the same military that he's fighting for, the same people. It
Mm-hmm.
will not be a new thing if it is one of them or some of them that were used to just make him disappear. That for days now, people are looking for him. They don't even know the outcome. It is not like the one we discussed in the last video where at least they summoned them to the police station. They were invited and
Yes.
they went,
And
and
then
at least they
and then
were
it's like,
giving us
you don't cross
updates.
madam. You don't cross madam. You
Thank
don't do
you.
this.
At least
Uh-huh.
we were getting updates. We got to really hear and know and what is happening to them. This
Hmm.
is not even what is going on. So we can't even say what is happening or where justice is at this point in time. And it is baffling and very saddening. Or how do I say it? It is a sad, very sad reality. All he did is to speak up, to ask for something better. I don't know since when that became a crime. Nigerians, we hate ourselves. I'm not going to lie to you. We hate ourselves. Okay, going back to Ray, before I just let you talk. Going back to Ray last year, we remember Rita, the girl who spoke
Mm-hmm.
against the hiking prices of foodstuffs and all that. Rita is a comfortable student, let me tell you. Rita is a Nepo baby. Maybe she might not be, but following her social media, she's comfortable. She has businesses. She has a lot of things that she's doing. But Rita decided to speak up because at least now she's an adult, she's responsible for herself, and she's spending on herself. And she doesn't see the need why she should spend that much to get something that used
Hold
to
on.
be
Let
cheaper.
me even add to that. I watched an interview of a Nepo baby. I think one of the Okoya families, and he was asked that, does he know the current price of petrol or household items, things? He said no. That's what he said. He said no.
You can't
So
know. He
for
was
Rita,
born
in Nepo baby to
in
say to
to
say
know. Okay,
why egg is being sold for this amount, why is that? That is too much. That's because that was our first time of going out
of
because she was
getting to
independent at that time. I
see
said,
it
oh, let me just go, I need to get egg. And
because
then
actually she
now,
mentioned it. I'm
I
shook.
mean, you imagine it, you don't have any luck, and then you just go out there, this thing is sold to this amount. Why now? What's going on?
Then you
you
come
you, you
out to
understand?
rant. You come
then
out to
then
talk
of
about
course,
it.
and then
Then
they think,
you
oh,
see all the
is
people that were talking against her. You see all the people that were attacking her, the phone calls. I saw videos of the phone calls that she recorded and different people were talking about. Now, those people might not even be politicians. They're supposed to be people who I should understand. Even if, you see,
hmm,
one thing I say is, even if you are not going to support what somebody says, shut up. Stay out of it. don't come out
don't
to prove a loyalty that nobody cares about.
don't think
That
it's
even
not
the
gonna
person you
affect
want to,
you.
thank you, that even the person you want to defend does not care about you. If Shege meets you tomorrow, you will bear that Shege and you will carry it on your head like Uber travels. You will take it
Yeah.
and you will bear it, right? So there is no need trying to defend or prove a loyalty that is at the detriment of everybody. Like, it's so sad. It is very heartbreaking to see somebody come out and say, "This is what our soldiers are eating. Please do better," and then
I
he
mean,
disappears into
let
thin
me
air. He
let
just
me show the video
evaporates.
again.
How?
Luckily, this is the
Look at
video
the food
that
that
we're
your
talking
soldiers
about.
are eating.
I'm just gonna
I uploaded a video few
so,
hours ago.
so
It
that
never even reached 1
look
hour.
at
A military personnel
let me
sent
take
me
it
this.
back
Nigerians, look at the
so that
food
you
that your
can
soldiers
see.
are.
This is what we what we saw, right? This is what the army were
Olakunle,
being
can you eat
fed.
this kind of food? Is this something like this you had for dinner?
You're taking it.
No,
You're
look at
taking it
it.
too
Don't,
far.
don't do that. Don't do that.
You're-
Anna, don't
hello.
do
No,
that.
look
Anna,
at
don't
it
do
now.
that.
It's not fair.
You're taking it. You're taking it too
That
is-
far. I
mean, that is
I
even
have
one
chickens
reason why you see them and they're
and-
always angry. Because if someone has not
Hold on.
eaten and the person is forced to show, oh, I think I'm yapping now.
I have livestock. I have chickens, goats, sheep. Let me tell you, you feed your chicken up to a point that they will eat something like this from you. Yes, that it has happened. You give them rice that you cook or leftover, and then you just look at it.
Like, who is this?
Like, what I give? I need that
You
one
mean
that
me?
you buy that is inside the bag, the one that has
Oh, Jesus.
something that I want. That is, I used to have a dog too. My dog at that time was a mixed breed, has a lot of airs and all of that. When you give it food that you served in the morning, right? It's not gonna eat that same food in the afternoon. It's not gonna eat it in the evening. You don't wash the plate, it's not gonna eat it. That was the kind of dog that I had at that moment. The dog had a vaccination card, anti-rabies, the other vaccinations. There was no tick, nothing on that kind of dog. So the way we took care of that dog, it will not eat something like this. Never. Will never eat. The dog will, you give it bone, it does not eat bone. It does not eat bone. It eats the meat. So if you are eating meat, you give it meat to eat. It will eat meat from you. Fish, it will eat fish. You understand? So something like this, my dog will not even eat it at all. So it's not like, Olakunle, can you eat something like this? No. Dogs. I'm not talking about dogs that are not fed or
Even
anything.
animals cannot
Oh,
eat. Even
my
animals
God.
cannot
Not
eat
eat
it.
it. Dogs, because I've had it. Of course, I no longer have that dog. It's
You
not
know,
like,
let me just say, because of time, let me just say one thing, just a minute. Late last year, December, the Minister for Welfare, I think in Nigeria, was given an account of the food they were giving to the prisoners and the food given to the animals. And I could remember vividly they said about, for each animal, for each dog, that the police dog, they spend 950 naira for each police dog to eat in the morning, while the prisoners get 720 naira food. Now, what am I trying to use that analogy? Is for us to understand that in the armed forces positions, they don't see human being as human. Let us be frank with ourselves. They count as animals, and that's why they give them some gruesome punishment, some gruesome, I won't want to call it discipline or probably practices. If you actually watch the live footage of how these people actually engage into some practice exercise, you would think that if they are actually combating, they are preparing to go and kill maybe a lion or a gorilla somewhere. They are not treated like human beings. So I'm not surprised. I'm not saying that the food given to them is actually good, but I'm not surprised seeing this kind of food, because even the Minister for Welfare in Nigeria already let us understand animals are more benefited than human beings in Nigeria. Because how can you say you feed animal for 950 naira?
I'll do you one solid. I think we should move on to the next video because there's a part 2 of this. There's a part 2.
Okay.
So, to the DSS, Department of State Security, due to my calculation, I have a reason to believe that this young man that I've gone missing for almost 4 days, Justice Grant, I have a reason to believe that is in your custody. Due to my calculation, I believe that this young man is in your custody. And this is why I said so. Now, it is said that the Nigerian army arrested Justice Crack, probably because of what he posted.
There's a
They
high
said
chance.
they arrested him. And now we have been
Army.
missing for 4 days. Now, the Nigerian army does not have the constitutional power to arrest and detain a civilian. And the reason why they don't have that constitutional power is because the military cannot prosecute a civilian. So even if they arrested him for whatever crime, they will need to hand him over to the civilian authorities, which is the Nigerian police or the DSS. Now, if they handed him over to the Nigerian police, by now everybody would have heard about it, because they will tell Justice Crack to call his lawyer and to call his family. But because we have not heard anything like that, it simply means that the military handed him over to the DSS, the Department of State Security. Now, the DSS is a body that is under the NSA, the National Security Agency.
I hope this.
Now, any crime or any reason that we make the Nigerian
So
army
much for freedom
hand
of speech.
Justice Crack to the DSS instead of police, it means you people are trying to tell us that the boy did not commit a small crime. Maybe you people are trying to say he committed something that will jeopardize the peace of the entire Nigeria. That's the only reason why they take people to the DSS. Now, what might be the reason why the military arrested him? I'm trying to think, because I've been calculating everything. First things first, Justice Crack went to go and post. He was the one that kind of raised awareness that the Nigerian soldier around Day did accidental discharge that led to the buying of a youth copper in Day just a few days ago. Also, Justice Crack, I think he posted a screenshot where a Nigerian army sent to him. And in that screenshot, he showed the food, and he said this is the kind of food that the Nigerian army eats in camp. That they need to increase the welfare of the Nigerian army. Do you understand? I want to believe that the reason why the Nigerian military arrested him is probably because of that screenshot. Because the military live in code. They have a code and conduct that their business should never go to the public. So maybe the military arrested him because they want to know the soldier that sent him that food to put in the public. That might be the reason why they arrested him. But what I'm trying to understand is maybe they arrested him, yes. That might be maybe they arrested him because they want to discover that soldier that is supplying him information. And if that soldier has supplied him more information that goes beyond that food. So the military probably pick him up just to know. Now, handing him over to the DSS is what I'm trying to figure out now. Unless if maybe...
If you try to figure it out, your head will burst.
No, it cannot be what I'm thinking. It can't be... No, now. Could it be that the DSS want to charge Justice Crack for treason? Bro, this country is crazy. They can do that. They can just... Does that even make sense? Why would you... Something is not making sense. You know, Justice Crack is associated with the ADC people. He goes to their campaign, he covers their campaign, he shows them support.
Of course.
Could it be that they are trying to
He and the other guy that we showed last,
because of his support to the ADC? Doesn't even make sense. How do they want to do that?
Zeke Jr.
Could it be that they want to
I think they're both from Edo State.
Because this country, they're very, very funny. They can come out tomorrow and say that there was a chat between Justice Crack and the military, that him and that soldier, they were planning to take over Nigeria. Bro, this country is crazy. They can come out to say that tomorrow, I swear to God. It's not far from what these people can do, you know. No, but I think that would be to the extreme, because I can vouch for Justice Crack. I know the guy. And I know I'm way. Because when something happened to his brother, and I mean come meet, and I mean go up and down, make sure say they take care of his brother, and they compensated them. I think they compensated them with like 15 million. As a matter of fact, when he came back to the office, he didn't have a phone. So his Samsung phone, the flip, I gave it to him. So I know him. It's not somebody that had mine. You know what I'm saying? This just in case. Because anything I make that guy deal with DSS, they won't definitely put something. Treason, I had it. You know, these days they talk about treason too much. They don't carry some military men, their wives. Don't they cry up and down for court? They carry some of them. Even some civilians were also arrested and they were charged to court for treason. You know, selection they come. As election they come like this, anybody where they feel say okay, they go on, but it doesn't make sense. Justice Crack. You see, they happen like this. This thing they look like a small thing, but now while they talk, it don't feel like a big thing for my head. Could it be that they found
that's out Nigeria's
that particular soldier
situation?
Do they need to find a chat?
Justice Crack. Could it be that maybe two of them?
Do they need to?
Sorry, but they don't need to. He's saying maybe they found a chat, a conversation you get, and then they would pin it on treason or link it to treason.
Yeah, that's what
you can do anything.
Like a flow of talk.
They don't need to.
Am I overthinking right now? But one thing that I'm certain about is Justice Crack is not with the military right now. I am pretty, due to my calculation, Justice Crack is with the DSS. So we are going to get lawyers to write to the DSS so that they can tell us if Justice Crack is in their custody. Because the army does not have the constitutional power to hold Justice Crack for 4 days. They don't have that power to hold Justice Crack for 4 days. They don't have the power. The constitutional power they don't have is because they cannot prosecute. So it's either it's with the police or the DSS, and it's not with the police. Because if it's with the police and they need to charge him to court, they need to call his lawyer. If he needs to write statement, they need to call his lawyer. They will need to tell him to call his family member. The only people that will not need him to call all these persons is definitely the DSS. So Justice Crack would be in the DSS custody. So the DG of DSS, please, if you are holding that young man, please release him. Justice Crack is a harmless person. He doesn't have that mind. To the DG of DSS, please, we'll be writing a letter to you. Make I tell lawyers, me they ready, I beg. You see, another thing I want to make mention of, I told people, I said, if you are doing activism in Nigeria, because of how this country be, if you claim to be an activist, you cannot be criticizing a government and advising people to vote for another person. You can point out the shortcomings and the atrocities being caused by the present government, but avoid campaigning. Even if Justice Crack not do anything, because I just say not do anything, they go on just shake him or mess them up. But whatever you people are doing, the DSS, my suspicion is that you people might want to say it was associated with treason. It will not go make sense. So just in case for the record, it will not make sense. I'm just saying this is just my calculation because I can't think of a reason, and I'm pretty certain that boy is not with the military. And I'm 100% certain because they don't have that constitutional power. Peace and love, don't play. Free Justice Crack. Bye.
All right. There were a couple of things.
What's a critical analysis?
There was a couple of things I noticed from there. The last one that I said was, it's not always good when you are an activist to say vote for this person. What do you think, Olakunle? What do you think?
First and foremost, the word activist is like sitting on the fence. It's has nothing to do with picking a side. So we be an activist, and that's why Wode Shrinkas, being a nationalist and activist for human rights, he has never for one stage of his life campaigned for any political party. Even there was a time I went to his house in Abeokuta, and I had a one-on-one conversation with him. He said, is there any time they offered him probably a political office? And he said yes, that there was a particular time they offered him to maybe to contest for governor of Ogun State or to contest for some maybe commissioner from Balagola, and he said no, because to be an activist means you are actually the representation of the people's mind, representation of the people's interest. And if you're actually campaigning for someone, you are actually dividing the country into two. And at the same time, if you're actually campaigning for someone, especially if the person is actually the opposition party to the person who is already in the throne, there's a problem. And that's where the problem can be an activist of, there's nothing wrong be an activist and campaigning if the person who is on the throne is also the person you are campaigning for. For example, let's say the person on the throne is President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and you are campaigning for the same person in that particular political party. We may actually say there's no problem. But in a situation where, let's be realistic, where Nigeria right now sees everything as treason, like what VeryDarkMan said. Anything that goes against the current president or the current office is treason. So automatically now, you can't, in that particular position, put yourself in a tight corner, in a tight situation of saying, okay, the government is not doing bad, but let's go for this person. You're actually derailing from the context of activity, because you can't be an activist at the same time trying to project someone good. Because don't forget, if you are saying vote for this, you are already saying this person is better than this person. And what is the justification for us to know that this one is better than this person? The person we have never seen doing one thing with what's justification of saying that he is coming in to be better than what we are already experiencing in the country. But to be a pure activist is for you to only represent the people's interests. Like what he did, like we were trying to link him there, what VeryDarkMan was trying to drive, to link him to ADC. If government, one way or another, try to link him, Joseph Clark, to ADC, he's going to be found guilty, to be honest. I'm not saying that is actually legal, but I'm saying that.
What do you think? Him being
thank you. That's what I'm saying.
To ADC will make him guilty. Is that the law?
Thank you. Like I said, if you remember, I said that does not mean that it is legal. Immediately I said that they will link him to ADC. That does not mean that it is legal. Like we all know, the system of legality, the system of constitution in the country right now is. I don't even think there's constitution in the country. God forgive me. I don't think there is something called legal system or legal system in the country right now. Everybody do what pleases them. The government do what pleases them. The president do what pleases them. The governor, the commissioner, the president, the ministers, everybody do what pleases them. So the concept of saying that they can actually link him and trying to prosecute him for that is not, like I said, it's totally not legal, but the government can just call it. There's a way by which, and thoroughly, as we are all seeing, we are moving closer to the 20th century election, which actually we all see on the gunpowder. They're looking for scapegoats. They're looking for different kind of stuff. And like what's very dark, if you listen to his critical analysis right now, in fact, one way or the other, very dark man already concluded the fate of Justice Clark from what he said. That if they link him to ADC, once they link him to ADC, they will say probably him and probably the soldier that actually giving information that are actually trying to usurp the country, trying to overthrow the current president, or at the same time trying to link, data to the dark web. Like I said, he himself already done a judgmental conclusion from me unknowingly. And
All right.
I'm not saying that government should use
I'm
this
gonna.
against.
I'm gonna.
I'm not saying
No, I
I
think
know
I'm
what
not
what
you
saying
he's
did
doing
government
there.
should use
is
this.
patterns. I
I
think
know what
he's
you did
he's
there.
observing
Anna,
patterns.
Anna, can I ask you a question? It's to build up on what Olakunle actually said. Now
Please.
I know that you're not a fan of Very Dark Man. I'm not also his fan. I think is I don't know. I think is more like someone who softens the blow for whatever is going on in the country. That's my opinion, right? Do you think that what he did now is a way to condition people's mind, because it's psychology, to condition people's mind and make, if of course I'm
Even
work
government, even consider the government's mind, even the government, both the government and the people.
if I was working for the government, for example, I would do something like that. I would come out and say, hope you people don't want to charge him with treason or something like that. And then, when it eventually comes out that maybe the guy is to be charged with treason, right?
Treason.
People would say, "Oh, Very Dark Man already said it because he
Said
already
it.
expected it." Do you think that is what? I mean, we don't have a lot of time, just 2 minutes. What do you think? Do you think that is what
It
he has
feels
done?
like it does feel like that is what he's trying to do, because no shades to Very Dark Man, no shades to his fans and the Rattels, but people, they always used to say that he has this main character syndrome, and
Syndrome.
he has always shown it, always put himself out there as the main character of a script or of a movie, even though he's been an activist, he's talking about the ills of the society or he's fighting for the society. People have said, this is not from my lips, right? This is what I have heard and seen people say about him. Now, you bringing this out now, it feels like that is what he is trying to do. But at the same time, also, it looks like probably he's judging from patterns, because he started with saying, okay, he's not supposed, if he, the military, they don't arrest because they don't prosecute, so he's going to be with the police, and if he is with the police, that
They
means
will have
they would
contracted
have
him
asked
his
him to
lawyer.
bring his lawyer,
Lawyer.
so
Yes.
that, because the police are not supposed to go to court without the defendant's lawyer, the
Yeah.
judge will be wondering what's
Yes,
going
which
on.
is true.
And
The
in
state is
fact,
prosecuting.
they're not supposed to hold him for more than 24 hours.
24
Thank you.
hours,
Is it
which is
24
true.
or
And this is 4
48?
days.
I think it's 48 hours.
24, 24, not 48, 24
24
hours.
hours.
Okay.
24
Okay.
hours.
Now, so
And this is
that
4 days
means
already.
that's an infringement on his right, and they would know better not to infringe on that right, because now it will be becoming a legal issue. And if his right is infringed on, there's a question that would be raised in court of, is it even necessary? Like, what else are you doing wrong as the police that is prosecuting, if you cannot even look at his right to let him go within the stipulated time, for him to have access to his lawyer, for him to if he's being brought to court, and all of these necessities. Now, if he's with the police, as Very Dark Man said, this is what would have happened. He would have also come out by now to talk, which is why I also would allege and say I hope that he's still even very much alive, because keeping somebody out for that long without you knowing what is going on, with the indefinity of knowing how long it would take, how long he would stay, or he would go, MIA, is not something that we take lightly, or it's not something that we come out to say, I hope it's not treason, I hope he's not with the DSS, or please. So really, I don't know what to say. I don't know if we should also join and hope, right? Because if it's treason, then they are going to have to prove that it is. And I do not want to believe that the people that he's supposed to fight for, which is let me not say it this way. I do not believe that the military that he's trying to advocate for would then come out and falsify
And
evidences against
him.
him.
And
Else,
that's
people
my
would
biggest
see no
fear.
reason
That would be
why
my
to
biggest fear.
speak up. People would
That would be my
see
biggest
no
fear.
reason to speak up when they see things that are wrong. And that is how a country would go deep into the pit of Hades, when nobody gets to see evil and say something. You remember, was it quality assurance, or I don't remember which group will tell you, if you see something, say something. Or is it EFCC? I can't remember. Now, if I say something, you will use rope and you will tie my mouth. I'll not be able to eat. I'll not be able to talk. Even the breathing is gonna be a problem. So how do I now see something and say something?
And
Are we
say
holding on to our words, Nigerian leaders, those in power, those in authorities? Do we allow the nation just go into flames and become ashes, and
into seeing it but not doing something?
and let only a selected few enjoy or reap Nigeria? It's
All
There's a
right.
high chance that is
It's
what VeryDarkMan
concerning.
is
It's
trying
actually
to do.
concerning.
But honestly, I want us to look at the bigger picture of what is
What's
going
going
on.
on there?
Yes,
All
let's
right.
leave VeryDarkMan aside. I tell you,
All right.
it is
We don't
bigger
have
than him.
much time. Yeah. Speaking of, what's going on in the country already, regardless of whatever happens in the country, there's always going to be argument on social media, whether in the tech space, in the corporate space, whatever it is. Now, I have brought to you a two-prong, or a not two-prong, a two-part series of what went on TikTok, all right? And then I would need your opinion on that. But let's see. Let's watch the video first.
Time mom, you're a first time dad, but you think that as a first time mom, I should know everything about caring for a child. But you as a first time dad, you don't need to know everything about caring for a child. But you expect me to be a master. Like, I should be a first time mom. This is my first time having a child in this world, and I should automatically already know everything about caring for a baby. But you as a dad, you don't know anything, and it's okay. But me as a mom, I need to know everything, and it's not okay for me not to know anything about caring for a child. Where's the logic? Where's the sense? Have you seen me around any elder auntie that has a baby?
Let me make it make sense to you. During pregnancy, a woman's brain and her hormones, they are connected together. They produce some one or two, is it oxytocin, abi some other, this way they those things naturally, it is scientifically proven that yes, first time mom, it doesn't matter. You are a better mom. You are going to be a better caregiver to a child than a man, because there is no biological wiring connected to the man. That one is settled. Number two, when it comes to social constructs, while 7-year-old boys are being sent to the farm to go and work, are being told be a man at the age of 7. These are the kind of things that women are playing with. These are the kind of things that girls are playing with. While men are facing the harsh reality of life, women are playing with Barbie dolls. Being new at something does not automatically erase the natural advantages that come with it. A tall person will always have an advantage at playing basketball over a short person, even though it is the tall person's first time, because he has closer to the distance, while this person will need accuracy. We need this one just needs to just be closer to the, and this is exactly what I've said before. You won't understand how stupid some things are until a man says it. Imagine a man that is supposed to provide and protect comes out and say, oh, it's my first time, both of us, it's our first time, so let us go. And they don't even want to go 50-50, but all of a sudden something that you have a natural advantage over.
All right, brother Abraham, please let me speak before you add anything. Let me just clear the air a little bit, because Anna is not Anna is already hot, and Anna is ready to dish everything out. So now listen, Godwin has
Bima
already
To be
again.
honest, I don't have so much
controversial.
to say. I don't want to answer fully
Please, let me
according
just
to his fully.
Godwin, that's the name of the guy, has already been known as a controversial person who always go whenever everybody's going to the right, he always go
Do
to the
you
left.
think? Do you think what you just said now
So,
is
so
controversial?
before I add
Kinda.
informations to that, and also some people actually, I've seen other skit maker, content creators say that I don't want to use their word, but say that probably Godwin is actually trying to just say the bad thing out there so that people can actually just comment
No,
and reply to his post. Because I've what
that's not what
I
I
know,
asked.
I know,
What
I
I
know, I
asked
know.
is, even if you know him as that kind of person, because see, let me tell you, here, maybe that's why I'm objectively accurate as a person. I know my limitations. I know the limitations of my argument and everything like that. Fine. What I asked is, even though he is a controversial person, that thing that is said,
Said, is
is
it
it
right or wrong?
controversial or
All
is
right.
he wrong? That's what I ask. So it doesn't
Okay,
matter whether
so
he's a
I
controversial
know.
person. If Portable comes out and says this thing is like this, and everybody knows it for a fact that it is like that, right? You won't say because it is Portable, nobody likes Portable, blah blah blah, that
Sure,
what
sure,
he said is
sure.
not. So let's not look at whether he's a
What?
controversial person or not. Let's
Yes,
look at the
that
substance of what he said.
or probably they stop it. All right, so that's why I just said let me clear the air first before I move on to the argument. First and foremost, we need to understand taking Godwin aside, and let's look at the woman who actually, she's Godwin started with the woman's video. There's no comparison between biological features and physical features. Let's first and foremost clarify that out. There is no
What do
hundred
you mean?
percent.
What do you mean by that?
For example, so let me just break it down. A woman who gave birth is biological, something that goes through her body, something she
Mm-hmm.
has to experience psychologically, emotional. Now let's go to his own analogy. I'm being objective and using his own example. He says a boy at age of 7, he said, be a man. Those are physical. It has nothing to do with emotion, even when it is emotion, but it has nothing to do with some emotional or hormones, has nothing to do with some reproductive system. It is just
Can
a
I
physical contact.
can I
But you know that it
stop
affects
you? Hold on. Hold
it
on. Hold
affects
on.
the way the man see the world.
Hold on. Hold on.
That's
Now
that's what I'm trying to clarify the air out from
now
before we
hold
move
on.
on at all. Because
Hold
what he
on.
said,
Hold on.
to me,
Hold
what he
on.
said is a little bit, he's missing the tooth, he's
Hold on.
missing it up.
Hold on. Hold on. Now his argument is this. I mean, we need to get it straightforward. His argument is that because a mother is biologically wired to be connected to the child. I mean, the woman carried that child for 9 months, right? So that person, because of what that mother, that woman has gone through, that gives her the advantage to care better for that child compared
Hmm.
to someone like a child now, a 7-year-old boy has been told, hey, you need to be a man. Your emotions has to be what? Stoic, right? Do you think that part of that boy that will be, make him undo something with fragility, like with care, do you think he has that same advantage that a mother has when
Okay.
he has been conditioned all
So
his life?
for the 9 months, for the
So
nine
he's
months.
saying that physically, it does not have any connection. Emotionally, it still does not have any connection. You have the advantage. That's what he's saying. You naturally have the advantage. When it comes to, for example, now, let's say it's 12 midnight, and then you hear a knock, ko. Olakunle, if you're with your sister, who is supposed to open the door, or who gets the inclination to go and open the door?
And that's where the problem comes in. That is where
No,
the
no, no.
problem
I'm just,
comes in.
I'm just,
Immediately
I'm
we
just
started asking
asking.
the question. I know. That's where the problem comes in because I can't answer that question. Once you
I
said
feel like the
who
person
is
that has the
supposed
most
to,
strength and knows how
who
to throw the biggest punch should
not
open
this
the
has
door.
nothing to do now. Even the
What?
question now, this is
Now,
a thing.
now,
Now
now, I'm
listen,
gonna,
please,
I'm gonna
please,
hold
Anna,
you to your words, Anna.
What you just
I'm
said
gonna
is
hold you
actually
to your words,
controversial, and
Because
Anna,
there are
because
women,
I hope
there are
and
women who can beat any man to. Please, let's not
I
get
hope
there. Oh.
do you know what this is called? Do
I
you know
hope
what,
you know
Anna?
what you
What
are
you just
saying,
said? Do you
Anna.
know what it is called? Do you know what it is called? It's called the theory of exception. That's what it's called, the theory of exception. So to you,
Okay, let me
the
take you by your
99.
words.
Oh, hold on, hold on. To you, the 99 does not matter. Only the one matters. Exception does
Uh,
not negate the fact. Do you
let
understand?
me help.
And
Let
that's
me
why
help
you even
Anna
have.
out from
That's
that.
why you even have to
Let me
say
help.
there are, because
You don't need to help me out.
You know
because
what?
you
You know what? Let me
know.
help Eba out with something.
Now answer
Men
your
and
question. Answer the
please,
question Abraham
do let
asked you,
us
Olakunle.
please. I'm going to answer the question now. Please do let us first. Do let us condition this to your gender or anything. If I'm with my sister in the house and there was a knock on the door, anyone can open the door. Please, let's clarify that part out.
Hold on, Olakunle. I
Please.
did not
No,
say.
then
If
I will
you're
not go back.
sensing danger, if it's danger,
Even
I
if it
was
is
specific.
danger,
Oh, I
even
was
if it is
specific.
danger,
Oh,
because if
I
we
was
are trying,
specific.
even
I
with
was.
my younger sister, anyone
You
can
know, I was
open the door.
specific. You know, I was specific. 12
Let me,
midnight. Only both of you at home.
it does
There's a
not
suspicious knock.
matter.
Who
Do
gets
you know
the
why I just,
information to go and
you
open
know
the
what?
that's
door?
Let
the
me
I'm
help
not
you
thing.
guys
saying.
out here. Why
I'm
do
not
You
you
know,
saying
even
then
only
let
have
me
you're
to
tell you,
open
supposed
the
to
door?
go.
why do we,
Like, let me help
eh,
you people. Why do you have to open the
in
door?
the middle of the
Leave the
night,
door. What
the-
is somebody coming to do in your house by 12 a.m.? Let the person go back to
you
where
know,
they're coming from.
Now
you know
that
Finish.
one of
is
the
Don't
problem.
open
hello,
the door.
hello, hello.
Abraham, you know what? Let me,
That is how women think. Can you see now? That is how
Abraham,
women think.
wait, let me
Excuse
clear something
you.
out.
Why do you
Let me,
need to open the door?
let,
What do you want to
thank
prove?
you.
Even if I
Wait,
don't
Abraham,
open the
let me
door,
clear something out.
but if I want to
Abraham,
go there and check, if I
Also,
want
no,
to
that
go
is
there
how
Abraham,
and check,
women think.
I mean,
Not
okay.
how
Let me
Abraham,
yourself.
rephrase the question. Who gets the
let me rephrase the
information
question.
to
No,
want to
no,
go and
don't
check
rephrase the
out
question.
what's there?
Thank you. You know that the problem is, let's start with the question. You said, we tell a boy at age of 7, be a man. I have a question for two of you. Can we say the same thing to a girl at age of 7, be a woman? Yes or
Yes,
yes? So why?
yes.
So if we can tell a boy at the age of 7, be a man, it's similar to telling a girl be a woman. I'm not. What I'm trying to play here is that we shouldn't look at the element of strength or because of, like we said,
Oh no,
inclination
this
of.
one, this is
We
not
shouldn't
about
be. We
strength or
shouldn't.
anything. If you
We
tell a
shouldn't.
man
We
be a
shouldn't
man, hold
wire.
on.
I
If you
know. We
if you tell a
shouldn't
man be a
wire
man,
something that is not there into the head
uh,
of a boy. Let me tell you something. Even the woman, like I said, he said, let's go back to the question we asked about the first time woman who, no matter the numbers of years the mother had with the baby inside her tummy, she's still a first time mother. Now, let me paint something clear for us so that this concept of this stupid patriarchy has to be eroded, it has to be like erased from our head. If a woman actually got pregnant for 9 months, does not mean that she has the ability, she has the sense, she has 100% to cater for the girl. Let's give an example now. A woman who gave birth to a child, she has to take care of herself. She has to take fucking care of herself. Now she also has to take care of the baby. Now, are
hold
we
on, that
saying
one.
that because she,
For the
are we
ground,
saying because,
for
are we
the
saying because she gets, I say because we have a connection. I say because there's a connection
yeah,
between the
yeah,
mother and the baby now.
it's
She
We now
similar.
need to now
automatically.
condition the woman to be all
Okay,
survey mother.
let me
It's
talk
not
about
possible.
this.
That's what I'm trying to clear out. Actually, it
Let
was
me
not
talk
even the
about
analogy
this.
of saying boy will be in the farm and the girl will be using a dog. That is actually error. That is error.
Do you know,
That's
apart from
actually
it
error.
being error, right? Do you know that it gives the same conditioning that it would give to a boy when they tell you be a man. It gives the same conditioning to a girl to give her dolls
Be
at that
a
age. Because
and
let me
I
tell you
even say that
something,
be a
nobody
woman.
even prepares the girl or the woman for what she's gonna see in pregnancy. Nobody
Thank you.
prepares you for that.
Thank
So when
you.
they tell
Thank
you,
you.
be a girl, go do this, it is the same conditioning that it is the
A
same way it
boy.
affects a boy, that is the same way it will
The same
affect a
thing.
girl. Now, what if the girl
Girl.
doesn't even want to play with dolls, but you have to tell her, be a woman and play with dolls?
All
Do
right,
you
all
see
right.
now that it
So
also has that same impact?
my answer to that is to me, the way I see it, I'm gonna talk about the way I see it and also the way reality is. You guys are talking about what if. You're not talking about the reality. The reality now is that roles are different, right? That is the reality. And I can tell you, and Olakunle can bear me witness, right? Olakunle, if I let me just be clear. Olakunle, there is no woman who would ever agree that you be a house husband, even though you have experience in caring for a child, while she goes out there to go and work. Why is that? The reason is,
Did you
in
say no
reality,
woman?
yeah, the theory of exception.
Abraham is starting.
Hello,
Abraham
the
is
No, we're
theory
not.
cooking
of
on
I'm not talking
something.
exception.
about exception here. Oh. This is not even about theory of
Hold
exception.
on.
Oh.
You just proved the
This is
theory
not
of
about
Abraham is
exception.
exception.
cooking.
Hold on.
Abraham
You
is
just
cooking.
proved the theory of exception. You just proved it. Because I said no woman. It's a fact. I'm talking about the 99. I'm talking about it. I just checked TikTok and I'm seeing videos of women saying, don't tell me about your financial problem. When I hear your financial problem, it becomes disgusting. So I should become emotionally connected to my child and neglect making money. No, I'll go out there, come back at 11 p.m. and come back with money. That is the priority. That is the reality. That is what is going on. So because we have different roles,
If you change the gender, if you change the roles, if he's actually a man who's actually giving birth to a child and the woman goes to work, we also have the same 100% like what we just said now. If we switch,
reverse it. It's just going to be the same thing, right? Let me tell you, the moment as a man, your wife starts of the financial responsibilities of the house, you are cooked. You are at that point. She doesn't even care whether you have advantage taking care, changing pampers, cooking, cleaning the house. No, the reality is the responsibilities are different, and because of biological wiring, emotional wiring, physical wiring, right? It seems that the creator has actually um made us perfect for our roles. That's it. That's what I see there,
I,
right?
I, I
So
don't
he is
I don't
saying
believe in that. I don't believe in that theory of saying the creator actually make us perfect for our room. Don't forget
that is
the
that
creator
is my
never tell us be
opinion.
a man. Don't forget that the creator never tell
That
us be a man.
that
He
is
actually the
my
one that actually
opinion.
instilled that knowledge into the child of the boy. Be a man.
That is my opinion. And with your opinion, if you go out there, you get burned. That's what I'm telling you. You get what? Burned.
He get burned for truth. He get
Women,
burned for
women,
truth, right?
women don't care about. They don't care
Don't
about
say women.
what
That's
you
the
say.
thing. Don't
I'm
generalize it. Don't say women don't
theory
care.
of exception. Theory of
Don't use.
exception.
Don't
I
say
am
women
I
don't
don't even know what
generalizing.
to
care.
say to you right now.
Don't say
I'm
I don't even know what
generalizing
to.
Abraham. Don't
because
say
Please
Abraham.
put
Don't say
that hand
women don't
down.
care. Because let me tell you
I'm
something. In this
generalizing
our moment
because you're proving the theory of
with women,
exception.
let me tell you something. I stay with
You're
women. I live
proving
with women. In fact, I have a
Uh,
good relationship with women. It's
okay.
very hard, Abraham. It's actually very hard for you to generalize by saying women don't care. I'm actually not getting it right.
I
No, no,
think
no,
the
no,
To
women
no.
be
that
Hold
honest,
on,
I've
Abraham
seen
has
hold on,
women
met has
hold
really
on,
done
hold
him a
on,
probably
great
the one
deal.
on social
hold on,
medias. Maybe the
hold on,
one in
hold
social
on,
media. The one
hold
you are
on,
talking about is
hold
the social
on,
media woman. The woman in
hold on,
social
hold
media.
on,
We will actually
hold
breed
on.
that one.
What I mean, I'm not saying that women don't care about, you generally. They don't care about your health or something like that. They don't want to see you soft. All these things that we're saying, you're a first time mom, you're a first time dad, you take care of
What
your
what is the,
I'm
what
telling
is what is
you
the
that
evaluation?
they
What is
will
the
Now
tell
that is
evaluation
an
you
are you
exception.
using?
Now that is
That
your
is the evaluation you
exception.
are
They
using.
don't
that
want
is
to
not
see you
that is not
soft.
my
That is an
exception, because you know
exception.
why?
I mean,
You
You
because
see
know
that way.
why?
You see that way.
most mothers would appreciate the help that they can get from their husbands. And it's not, I'm not even
Hundred
supposed to call it help
percent.
because it is you showing care to your
It is
spouse
it is
and seeing
it
that they
is
are
it
well
is fifty
Fine.
nurtured
fifty.
and taken care of,
Regardless
and
of
then
the
showing
finance
up
or
That
for
is
everything.
your
not that is
child.
not actually the
You
point. That's
saying
not the
women
point.
don't care is an exception.
No, no, no,
Not
That
no.
even
is an
That's
exception. I'm
not
not even
that's
exception.
not what I
accepting
mean.
it.
Let me
I'm actually
clarify
not
what I
accepting it.
mean. let me clarify what I mean. If you can take care of the house, you can take care of the child, you can change pampers, fine, right? It's something that you're supposed to do. But what I'm telling you is that women may tell you that this thing, I like someone who do it and they mean it. But what I'm telling you is that they would like you to be more stoic, to go out there, to be a man, more than they would want you to go and change pampers. That's what I'm
Abraham, can we
telling
use
So
you.
the
is it not
statistics? Can you
possible
use the
for you to
statistics?
do
Just
the
say,
both?
oh,
Is
can
it
you
not
say,
possible for you
or
to work and also show up as
should we
a
use
parent?
statistics?
Because
It
if
is
we look at
possible.
Anna, can we use
if
statistics?
we
Just
look
say,
It is.
at even the
few
recent
women.
times, if we look at
Hold
things that
on.
have been happening in recent times, women have also showed up at work to go to work and work.
I'm telling
Now, some
you,
organizations even allow fathers to have maternity leave. Some organizations allow
maternity
it
leave,
to
So
say,
yes,
okay,
in companies right
if
now let
now.
me
if
Go and
your
stay with
wife
your
just has a
wife.
child,
let me
Abraham,
let
please
me
let me
pose
talk.
Stay
it
with
for
your
you
If
wife for
from.
your
2 months. Yes.
if your wife just has a child, you can stay at home because they know how important it is. Women give birth. The fact that
Which is
women give
true.
birth every day does not rule out the fact that they also need help. And sometimes some women are
They're
even wired
not.
and used to suffering that they will not ask for help because they
Okay.
think it is okay or it is normal for them to go through it. Now, women will be having postpartum depression and every other complication that comes after childbirth. And we have some way, somehow, think that the man, all that is required of him is to just go out and work without being
Provide.
caring to your spouse. Nobody's asking you to bring down the heavens and the earth. Even if you can do it, you go ahead and do it. But ain't nobody asking you to do that. Little things that you can do both. You can go to work, toil and
What?
come back, and you can
That's
wake
not
up in
Yes.
actually
the
the
morning
point.
and carry your child. You
That's not
can wake
actually
up
the
in the morning
point.
and carry your child. You can do
Fine.
both, but I don't know
What I'm saying,
why.
what the question was, as a first time mom and a first time dad, who has an advantage of
There is no
caring?
advantage. Abraham,
There
It depends
is
on
an
Abraham,
what
there's no
people call
advantage.
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 There is an
Even that's
advantage
the
Because let me
actually.
thing.
tell you,
The more you use,
you've not
the
even.
more you use the
Do you know
advantage, the
that?
more
Do you know that
it
even?
inspirates me.
Do you know the fact that even as
There is an
even
It's
advantage.
as third
There
partnership.
time
is.
mom,
There's
fifth time
none.
mom,
There's none
in
advantage.
the you will still get somebody who have to teach you how to probably express for your child. That's
That's
not the
the
first child
social
you're
part.
having,
That's the
they're going to
social
have to
part we're
teach
talking
you
about.
or show you how to do things. Now, what are
So
you people calling advantage? Is even
physically,
my own. That's what I want to know. What
What is
is the
physically,
it? That's actually
advantage?
my own concern. What is the advantage?
emotionally,
Yeah.
wait, physically, emotionally, and socially, you do have the advantage. Right. You said you get someone to
Abraham,
teach you,
this big
right? You get
discussion,
someone you
none,
get someone to
none,
teach
none.
you. You don't get dads, right? Teaching you this is what you do. You are socially um you are socially adapted that way. That's
So
what we're
why
saying.
isn't there
Hey,
someone
what
who
is
will
the
teach
You
the
are
theory?
man?
Is
that
there
is
a
the
If
theory
you
that
say the
is,
man
reality.
is
doesn't
there
have
a
an
theory?
advantage,
Wait, Abraham,
why
is
isn't he
there a
being
theory that
taught?
actually just back that up? It's not Abraham. Let me ask you a question. What you just said right now, you said there's a social advantage. Is there a theory that actually or hypothesis? I don't know what you are using observations. I use observation or theory or hypothesis to back up that women have social advantage. Let me give an instance
Reality.
now. I'm actually that's the problem. Reality is actually giving us more complications every day of our life,
But
and we never go into the complication.
when the reality changes, then I'm gonna accept that there is no advantage anywhere,
But
right?
do you now I have a
That
question
is
for
the
you. I have a question
reality.
for you. Do
I
you
mean,
think Abraham? I know. I have a question for you. The reality we are actually working with right now is it actually
mhm.
same for both men and gender, both men and female? Is it actually same? Is it actually good? The reality we actually the trend of the reality we're actually looking into now is it actually sane enough for us to say okay, it's balanced? That's my question. Is it actually sane enough for us
uh,
to say it's balanced for both first time mother and first time father?
there's no one size fits all for it, right? There's no one size fits all
Finally,
for it.
there's no one size fits
But
all. Now I
The
agree
thank
with
reason the
you.
you.
reason I'm saying the reason I'm
Thank you.
saying
That
that
is the
is,
answer.
hold on. But the question, that's not the question. It's not the question whether it is sane or this one. It's the question is who has a natural advantage of being a better carer for a child. That's all.
But do you know that?
Let's
Do you know
say,
that
let's
if
say,
we
hold on,
actually want
hold
to look
on,
at the
hold on,
advantage,
hold on, hold on. What the question says is, if you don't know anything as a dad, and a woman does not know anything as a mother, who has a better advantage of taking better care of that child? Now, nobody teaches you anything. Who do you think will take better care of the child?
two of them, the two of them. If it's a single father, it's
Who?
possible. If it's a single father,
Who?
there is no who. There is
Who?
no who. Have you seen a single father? Have you seen a single father with a baby girl,
Who
with a
will
baby
take
child?
better care
Have
of
you
the
seen a
child?
wait?
He will
Have you
tell you
seen a
it's an
single father with a
exception.
child?
Hi, Olakunle, that's an
Just an
exception.
Have you seen a single
Who
father
will
with a
take?
child? Wait,
Oh
I've
have you
God.
seen
seen
a single father with a child?
I've seen
And he
single
take
fathers
proper
with
care of the
child.
child. Will you say the father have it? You have not
Mm,
seen one. I actually
they
seen one.
will
I have
the
experienced
single
one.
the single. Hold on. The ones I've seen, they struggle. Why? Because they are
Who
not wired
struggle?
that way. The single fathers, all of them that I've seen, they
They don't.
struggle.
The one I know, they don't.
The
They don't
ones that
struggle.
I've seen, they
It's not
struggle.
about being wired that
It
It's
is
way.
not
about
about being
being
wired
wired that
now.
way. That's the thing. It's about being wired
Okay,
that way. If
Abraham. Anna said something at the beginning of this chat. She said, "What if the woman is actually going through some complications? At that situations, like you said, she's wired. I didn't say that. You said she's wired, but she's
But
already
if she's
under
not
duress. There's a
available,
complication,
so the
and she's
child
not
will just be
available.
living on the
Now,
streets
so
because
the
the man
question,
is not wired,
now the
or
question I'm
because
not
the man
asking
is
is that
not.
because the
Oh,
man is
exception,
not wired,
exception.
Abraham, you will step into that shoe of the woman instantly, and you will fit in perfectly as a father
no,
when the woman is not there.
not
Perfectly.
perfectly,
Apart from
The
breastfeeding,
only
apart from
difference
not
is that you will
breastfeeding,
not. Thank
perfectly,
you. That's what I
100%
want to say.
perfect.
not perfectly.
Apart
You're not
from
gonna fit in.
breastfeeding,
You're not gonna be able to take care of that child
who says so?
perfectly the
Says who?
way a mother would.
Okay, wait.
Yes.
Have you seen a mother also? Have you also
I
seen a mother
think you have been
who
programmed
actually
to
had a
believe
bad
this, Abraham.
No, it's
Papa
not
me?
that I've been programmed to
Papa me is
believe it. It's
programmed.
You
reality. It's
have.
Have
what
you
I
seen
see.
it? Okay, Abraham,
It's
have
what
you
I
seen a bad mother
see.
before? Abraham, have you seen a bad mother?
I have.
According to you, said she's wired, she's programmed,
It's
but
exception.
she has a she's
Thank you for
bad in
this
taking care of the
new.
child. That's my
Number
question. Have you
one,
seen a mother
hold
who is
on,
she's wired, but she's bad in taking care of the child?
hold on. Number
Not
one,
that she's nasty, not that she's challenged, but according to you said
hold
she's wired, but
on,
she is bad. She cannot
hold on,
give
hold
that
on,
responsibility. She cannot perform
hold
that
on,
role.
hold on. Now, let me make the question better for you, right? The man, the woman, if they have the same background, right? If they have the same experiences, the same psychological trauma, the same disposition, that woman and that man, that you say this one is bad, the man of equal experience and background is going to be bad as well.
It's completely the answer. Then you've already answered yourself. That's what we are
So,
looking at.
but let me
You've
tell
already
you,
answered.
let me now tell you, that
The
the
exception.
man, the no, not the exception, the man will now be worse than the woman.
The man wants to be worse. Not that the man is worse than the woman. The man wants to be
The
worse.
man will be worse than the woman
Once.
because they
The
I
have
think
the
that
man
is what
wants
they
to be
call
same.
worse.
weaponized incompetency. That is
Uh,
what
Thank
they
you.
call
The
let's
man
let's
wants to
see
be
what
weaponized
worse.
the
incompetency.
Abraham, let me give an
Because if
instance.
you
Let
want
me
to
give an
step into a
please.
shoe, you can.
You should know
The only
better.
difference is that
Abraham,
you will not directly breastfeed the child. But haven't
Anna,
you even
let's
seen
use
situations where
can
a
we
baby is
use Abraham
born?
as a good example?
A
can
baby
we use
is
what?
born, and they will tell you the child will bond with the father more than even more ways that the child will bond with the mother. So when
With the
the
mother.
baby is brought out, they give the baby to the father to have like a skin to skin,
Why
and
did
they
they do that,
stay
Anna?
and
Why did they
bond
do
like
that,
that.
Anna? Why did they
Because
do
they
that, Anna?
believe that both fathers and mothers have what it takes to bond with
Hold
the
on.
child.
Why
You
did they
asked me a
do
question
that?
and I answered you.
Okay,
Because
so
they
because they
believe that both
believe,
parents have
so
what it takes
why don't they
to
do
bond
that?
with their
Why
child.
is that not a requirement for the mother?
They do the same thing with the mother too. It is done with both
Who says
mother
with the mother
and
now?
father.
Because
It is born with the
hello,
mother and born with the
They
father.
hello,
do both with
they
mother
do
and
that.
father.
They do that with the father because the father does not have a biological connection to that child.
Biological connection.
Says
I'm
who?
honestly
That's
going to
it.
agree because the
What
father
That's
did
about the
why
not
they do
chromosome?
carry
it.
the child.
Abraham, what about
But
the
why do they do
chromosome?
it with the mother?
What about the
Spiritual
chromosome of the
connection
father in the child
or
in the
emotional
child's life?
connection?
What
Biologically, that
about the
we're
chromosome
talking
of the
about.
father?
Hello, biologically, that we're
Yes?
talking about is the fact that the woman undergoes physical changes. The man does not undergo physical changes when that child is born, but the woman does it. That's what I'm telling you. Look, I can show you different species, right? Even in animals, right? It doesn't matter whether they are first time moms or they are fifth time moms or whatever, sheep, goats, cows, human beings, it does not matter, right? They
Okay, wait.
have
Thank God.
and
Thank God for mentioning that. Have you read Penguin? Have you read Penguin? One of these animals in this. Have you read Penguin? The background of the penguin. Have you read it?
Again,
Have you read about them?
exception. Olakunle.
Have you read Penguin?
that is, yeah, that
Please
I would say
go
that's
and read
exception
Penguin. Please
because
go and read.
one of
You can see
one
that.
of
You can
one
see that. This,
thousand. That's
that's
one
not
of
more than
one
1,000.
thousand. Yes.
I'm telling you, Penguin. The
Okay,
father has to
hold
be
on,
in the
hold on,
process.
hold on. Have you come across a situation where chicks are following a rooster?
Because the roster is the bad father.
Oh no, hold on,
Not
hold
an
on,
exception.
hold on, hold on. Have you come across a situation where they will follow the rooster? Have you seen? Oh, maybe you're going on your street and then you have a chicken
Maybe eccentric.
and
Probably eccentricity might no strange thing might actually happen.
why do you call it
Strange might happen.
strange? Why do you call it strange?
I will call it strange because probably that is where men got the ideology that
No, no,
the
no, 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 no.
mother.
No, hold on.
I'm just
You said
speculating.
what
I'm
did
just
you call
speculating.
strange? What did you call strange?
I'm just speculating,
What did
Abraham.
you
I'm just
call
speculating here.
strange? Wait now. What did you call strange? Let's see that. What did
We
you
all
call
know it.
strange?
We all know the kids will never follow the roster. We all know that.
I have
We
seen
know that.
chicks follow roosters.
Then
I have
then
seen it because I do have them. And I'm telling you that that is not the natural thing. In fact, the roosters, it does not even know what to do, but it's trying. There's rain, it's putting them under the wings. And do you know, if it's the mother, it does not, because it's wired into them, they just do it, right? That's what we're saying. That's it.
mm,
It doesn't mean that they can't do it. It just means that the rooster has to has to do more to be able to fill in the gap for the woman or for the chicken or like that. It doesn't, in fact, in other species you don't even see it because it's not wired into them. That's it.
but
That's just
the
all I
penguin is wired. The penguin is wired for both male and female, right?
That's one
That's
of
an
many
exception.
exceptions. One of
And not
many
even one of
exceptions. You
many.
can't use except.
Wait,
You can't
do you
use
also
one of.
notice about? Do you know this also happens to lions too? Do you know?
Lions do what?
Do you know that the lion himself already whatever the lioness gave birth, the lion is already in the process too. The lion always be in the process of training the child. Do you know that too?
Men too are also in the process of training children.
And it's part of the responsibility of the lion to make sure that the mother,
In
especially
fact,
the cub, are
In
protected.
fact, what the
One of the
responsibility
responsibility.
of the lion is to protect the pride. That is his responsibility. Do you know that when a lion takes over a pride, it kills all the children? Do you
Not
know?
all.
It
Not
kills
all. I
all
watch
the
I
children.
watch documentary. I watch
You
Nejo
can
Wildlife
watch
documentary. Not
documentary.
all.
It kills all
Not
of the
all.
children.
Not all. Receptions. I've seen receptions like
Do
that
you
too.
know do
But
you know
not all.
why it kills all of the children? It kills all of the children because it needs the mother to be disconnected from the children because the mother will not come in to eat at that point. It needs the mother to go into it. So kills all the child. When the child is gone, the child is gone, right? See, my own goats that I have, if my goats run away, right, I will use that biology to draw it back. I'll just carry the child. When that child cries, it's going to come back. But you can never do that for their father. They don't care. They're not
One of
wired
the
that way.
exceptions. To us, that's the exceptions. To us, that's the exceptions. To us.
Let's
So to
see,
you,
let's see. To me, what this means is, um it doesn't mean that you can't learn. It just means that naturally the woman has an advantage. The same way that you as a man has an advantage somewhere else. Do you understand? Now let me bring in the religious view now. Even the Bible says a man that cannot provide for his own household is worse than an infidel.
that's
Worse than an
after.
infidel.
But that
Do,
was not
do, do, you- do
said
you,
during the
hold
time.
on.
That was not said during Adam and Eve. Do you know that? That was never said. It was
In
never
fact,
mentioned.
in fact,
It was
during Adam
never
and
I'm
Eve,
mentioned.
feeling like the
hold on.
third wheel in this conversation now, like this.
In fact, during Adam and Eve, Adam went out to work.
Oh
Adam went out to
Jesus!
work, and then
None,
Eve
none,
was the one
none.
that was around to be chit chatting
With the devil, right?
with
According to
whoever
that,
he
you know
wanted.
what? You know what? You know what? Let's move on to the next video. I actually love this conversation, but I'm not
I
seeing
mean,
any end point.
Show
I'm
us the
not
I
seeing any
second
mean,
end
part.
point
You
from
said
it.
it's a two-part video. Show us the
of
second part
course,
of it.
of course.
Because this gives me a chance to actually scold them. So he said, during childbirth, oxytocin is released, which helps with a woman being able to care for a child.
Hello, Mrs. Educated Woman. That is not what I said in my video. What I said in my video was women are biologically and socially better equipped at child care than men. So they are going to be better caregivers to children than men, even if it is their first time. And I used oxytocin as an example. I never expected that any intelligent person would have set camera and start arguing what oxytocin does in the body. If you wanted to make a valid argument, you should have argued how women are not biologically better equipped. Just this morning in our class, I told you something about straw man's argument. So let me just refresh your brain. They say a strawman argument is an intellectual dishonest dressed as logic, like a stupid person pretending to be intelligent. It happens when someone ignores what you actually said, replaces it with a weaker or distorted version, then attacks that instead. Now, what was the weaker or... Exactly. No, we are not talking about women being biologically better equipped or socially better equipped. We are now arguing oxytocin, Mrs. Educated Woman. I'm going to summarize everything by saying, remember in our previous class, I made this particular statement. Number one sign of foolishness is thinking that educated people are not stupid. Yeah. And the worst kind of stupid people are stupid people that are educated.
Word.
You know, whenever people try to justify the fact that a stupid person is being stupid, and they go with, oh, I'm educated, I have my degree, I have bachelor's degree. That doesn't... Does it now make sense? It makes perfect sense. You could be educated and still be stupid. I even gave an example. I went further. I said, when it comes to providing and protecting, men are better providers. Men can work longer hours because biology allows them to do so. Men
They
take
don't have
more risk.
menstruation.
That is the
They don't.
testosterone.
They are
So I
biologically
don't know.
wired that way.
I
Crickets.
When Godwin says someone that actually educated and stupid, and I was looking at him that you are also stupid from his argument, from argumentative points.
Okay,
Olakunle.
From what you
people
just
are
said,
meant to have their own
you know,
opinions.
when he said that someone educated and stupid, I just look at him that this is a stupid
my
person
God.
speaking. You know, he
No,
was trying
don't
to
do that.
use biology. I shouldn't do that. Okay, all right, I will take a stand. He was trying to use
Olakunle,
social, scientific, and
Olakunle,
everything, but
let me ask you a question, right? If hiring women, let's say you want to hire women, and then you're discussing with the HR, right? Now this is business, right? We're talking business now, not any other thing. Women will have maternity leave. They also have some days that they would not be optimal, right? Maybe take some days off for their monthly, period. So, and you've calculated it, you've seen it. This thing is gonna affect productivity, right? Now, as a businessman, do you take, if you want to, let's say you want to maximize productivity, do you hire more women or you hire more men in that kind of situation?
But
You hire,
with my point,
hold on.
but
Let's
there's
say
no more, there's no less
50, let's say you need 50 workers, right?
than 25,
And
25.
okay. Now, do you know that in this kind of situation that you've created, you hire both? Do you know that the women end up taking time off and the men now do the job of the 25 that you hire?
Taking time off.
There's hold on, hold on. There is report for this. In fact, at the
Women taking
point,
time. Women, okay, finish,
at the
please.
point, and because the companies can't deny the women, it's their right. You get maternity time off, you get time off in a month, like that. But the men end up doing their job and they get equal pay.
I have a question too. Okay, I need to ask a question. You said women take more, I actually don't believe in that theory that women take more leave day than the men because first and foremost, a company will surely have a stipulated numbers of days for leave day or probably for both the gender. It has nothing to do with women or men now. Probably in a year, 24 days, or in a month, 30 days or 31 days for both genders to take their leave. So if the woman decides to take all the leaves, it is our right. It has nothing to do with it's affecting the productivity. Like you said, I'm actually working along with your word. I don't want to deviate from that part. And if the
Okay.
man feels like instead for me to just take my leave, you know what? Let me just complete the numbers of my leave. It suits the men not to take the leave because it has been given to both genders, both men and female, a certain numbers of days for leave. So let me just answer that question. Women will not take more. As long as, unless if the company did not stipulate, okay, there's a numbers of leave days, then women can now go extra and say, no, let me say leave, take it for my salary. But if the company already stipulated, okay, we have 24 days out of a whole year, and does not go outside the numbers of those days, and the women decide to take it probably for their maternity leave or for their monthly flow leave, it suits the woman. Now, and let me now add an additional information to that. You said something initially. You said when you hire women more than the men, it affects the productivity. And I'll ask myself one question: is that true? Which is actually absolutely wrong. We have
Hold on.
seen men,
Before
women.
we
No,
go,
please
hold on. Before we go
let me
into
finish
that,
that statement.
hold
I know,
on.
let me finish that statement because
Before we
I've
go
seen
into
men
that,
and women performing excellently, even when they are experiencing their monthly flow. I've seen
eh,
actresses on the
hold on,
scene
hold on,
performing
hold on,
more than the men in
hold
their
on, hold
monthly
on,
flow. So it has
hold on,
nothing to do as an effect to them. All right.
hold on. Before we get to that thing that what you said, do you know that it is because of this issue of taking time off that men, on average, earn, I think, 30 cents more than women, at least
Why and how?
in America. So what happens is men in America, they stay more, they work overtime, right? They don't take time off, and then they earn more than the
Because
women
of the time they don't take love.
because of the time they don't take off.
That is their
Yeah, that's
bonus. Like I
because.
said,
Can I answer? Can I
that's
say
because they
something
don't
here?
want to. They don't want
Okay.
to.
Hold on, hold
No,
on.
it's
So
not even about that.
why then do they complain about gender pay gap?
Let me answer you. Now, when the woman goes back home, she's not going back home to go and sleep. She's going back home now to go and meet children, probably, if they are. House chores. She's going to go and meet garbage that she has told the husband 1 week ago to help her throughout, which is not even supposed to help her. he's supposed to do it because it's his house. She's going back home to go and meet those inconsistencies in the house, and she's going to have to do it, which she's not going to get paid for it, which they'll say her reward is in heaven. Now, the man on the most traditional, or the, because people said now men are more favored, they're more wired to hustle, they're more wired to be out there, will be out there, but doesn't rule out the fact that women are very productive in their space. And if a woman would leave her work, there is going to be something that have to take her out of it. And it is not something that she just put in place, or it's not something that it was something that was just thrown at her. And that is why now you see women will now start deciding that they don't even want to have children, and most men will now be foaming in the mouth, because then they look at it that it is me that would have to do all of these things, even to ordinarily show up as a man and learn the basics. You've refused to, because you have this ideology that women are wired to do it. It's a woman's job, so she go ahead to do it. But at the same time, on the internet now, we're having arguments to say 50-50. Women should also pay for the wedding. Women should also pay for this. Women should also do
Actually,
this.
hold on. Hold on.
Abraham, let me finish
to
talking now.
No,
I did not say
hold
anything
on.
since.
I need to clarify this. Anyone, it's it's the reason that at the point when Olakunle asked me a question, I said it depends, right? I was looking at it from the family perspective. A man who has those kind of shortcomings, right? Olakunle, listen, he has those kind of shortcomings. Maybe he works extra hours, right? He does not help at home and all of that. In no case, should that kind of man now complain about 50-50. If your wife says, from my heart, take, fine. Do you understand? But if you want to do 50-50, you will wash plates. Me too, I wash plates. You will wash plates. You will sweep. You will wash the compound. You will do it. So to me, my own ideology is this. Anyone who says, oh, let's do 50-50, it has to be 50-50 in the area of finance and the area of, caring,
And
helping out
everything
at
in the
home and
house.
doing all sorts. But when it comes to, I think the majority of the reason that men, at least the ones that I've seen, observed, and interacted with, the reason they don't really fancy, helping out, doing all sorts like that, is when they go out there to work, right? And then they're tired, they come back, and they also want to say help at home. Fine, that is their responsibility. But when it now comes to finance, you go out to work as a woman, right? I also go out to work. We come back together and we say, okay, fine, no problem. Maybe I'll cook this night. Don't worry, just stay. And then, another time you take over and we do it like that. And it comes to the issue of the school fees of the child, or the children that we have. And I saying it's your responsibility now. Luckily, if you're that kind of person, you find yourself in that kind of situation, right? I'm just saying hypothetically, will you want to do all those things again? Right? You
First
know
and
that you
foremost,
come back from work, you're tired. So
I
it's
can't
not
I
about
can't find myself. I know
I
I can't find myself in that position. No, first and foremost, let me put that, because
no, that's why I use
there's gonna be a
hypothetically.
balance and
Hypothetically.
yes, there's gonna be a kind of
Yes, balance.
understanding. There have to be a balance and understanding. First and foremost, I don't credit those men that go to probably extra work to make extra cash and come back home late. To be honest, it is their responsibility to be 50% partner for their wives. So even if they want to do the extra, I actually don't see it fitting for you have a breastfeeding mother at home and you are doing extra to make extra sense. The scent does not create the peace that is needed in the house. The scent will not give the unity that's needed in the house. The moment, the time dedicated to the family, maybe 30 minutes, maybe 1 hour, is actually what is needed. Like That's actually my own standing point there because
No, no, no.
the
Let me,
essence of
let me,
saying
let
let me
me, let me, let me, let me get this correctly. What you're saying is, I think, let me clarify what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, it's not that you deliberately spend more hours at work. Do you understand? It is that, let's say, you both work. You get home. Let's say I get home 7 p.m. Right, and then she also gets home. Say even if she gets home 8 p.m. Right, that is the kind of situation I'm talking about, not deliberately
that is
staying
still fair.
out or whatever.
That is
I
still
mean,
fair. That's still fair.
this conversation that we're having, it's not about, I mean, it's just something so small, right? So small, so how would I put it, so
It's more.
insignificant. Hold on, so
Don't use insignificance.
hold on, so insignificant that a lot of people misinterpret it. Now, that a woman has an advantage does not say that the man should not care. Do you understand what I mean? It does not mean that
I
you're not
understand your
supposed to change
conclusion.
pampers, or you're not supposed to mop the house, or you're not supposed to wash plates, or you're not supposed to. No. Do you understand what I mean? It just means that this person is better. Do you understand? It's better. That's all. That's all it means. So the dynamic that you have in that family, that depends on both of you. If both of you want to work and not have children and
You know
contribute
what? You know what?
50-50,
Anna and
fine.
I were actually just what Anna and I were actually trying to say there is that the essence of the tag is actually what we are not we're actually not agreeing upon by saying advantage because
Do you know
everybody
why I
both
said that?
understand, but we are putting a tag on it by saying advantage. Some people, like we
Yeah,
know in the modern
physic.
environment right now, some people
It's also,
misuse the word advantage,
no, no,
and
no, no,
that's what
no.
we are
The
trying to
advantage that I
erode the
mean
word
is, see, even
advantage.
if it is a cent better, it's better. Let me give you an example. Let me give you an example. Now, by saying that the woman has an advantage at doing that, is not to say that that is all that she's going to do. For me, look at how lanky I am, right? Look at how lanky I am. There was a time that we used to live at a place before we got to this current place. The tank was sitting on a two-story building. Two-story building. So for you to get to the tank itself, you will take a stair, right? Get to the first floor and then enter a manhole. You're supposed to originally just put in a ladder, right? And then just go there. Do you know that the landlord, at the point, he just told me, we don't have ladder, we want to wash this thing. And I said, okay, no problem. Let me go and do this, right? And what I did was I just leaped from one of the windows, because it had windows around. It was relatively small, not as big. So I just leaped from there, entered the manhole, and they couldn't believe it. Even I could not believe it that I would do something like that. I was like doing like monkey. That's because I have physical advantage. I am stronger when it comes to that on average. It doesn't mean that a girl cannot do it. A girl can do it. It just means that when you have 100 boys my age at that time, right? And then you have 100 girls at that time too. I, in fact, let's say, I'm just speculating now. 80% will scale the manhole, while maybe up to 20% of the girls will be able to do it. It just means that, okay, on average now, these men, they have physical advantage. They have physical advantage everywhere. And it's not like it's a bragging right, or that's what they are supposed to do. No, it is what it is. So it is just fact. So whether, who is supposed to take care, exception or whatever, does not mean anything. It's just that naturally that's what it is. I don't know what to say to this again. Social construct, physical wiring, emotional wiring, all of these things, they come together. But we know that once you consider the average, right? What you're going to get is that in cases like this, you're going to have women have an advantage, right? The same way that I can't tell Olakunle, I don't know where he's gone to now. I the same way that Olakunle is not gonna be able to twerk, is the same way that the majority of girls will be able to twerk. That 20 girls cannot twerk does not
You don't
mean they
say.
can't do it. Does not mean they can't do it. They can do it, right? But the majority of boys will not be able to do it. That's the thing. You talk about catwalk, the way that women used to walk. Men cannot do it too. There's no way. Even in my school on campus, then there were homosexual. I don't want to. Maybe homosexual is offensive. There were gays that they used to paint their nails and do all sorts, and you will know that this thing is still artificial. It is still artificial because they don't have that natural advantage of a woman. For a woman, it's effortless. But it does not mean that it can be learned, right? I don't know where this boy has run to, but I do have another video.
Okay.
Choosing a course in any Nigerian university in 2026, here are the list of courses you must avoid in any Nigerian university. Even if you were offered these courses free of charge, even if they told you that it is tuition free from your first year to final year, do not take those courses. Reject them. Don't take these courses because you don't want to sit at home. Your mates are in school. No. The sitting at home that you reject now, you may sit it later. Sit at home now till you get your desired course than taking a course that would not be favorable to you, and then you'll be sitting at home later. These courses I'm going to list, it is not because the courses are useless. They are not useless. But the fact remains that it is either they are heavily saturated, or there is weak industry demand, or there is no job opportunities. Unless if you have a clear path. If you don't have a clear career path, avoid these courses. Number 1, political science. Number 2, sociology. Number 3, economics. Number 4, anthropology. Number 5, philosophy. Number 6, educational courses except education technology. Number 7, animal science. Number 8, crop science. Number 9, soil science. Number 10, history and international relations. Avoid it. Number 11, Nigerian languages, Hausa, Igbo, Yoruba. Avoid it. Number 12, estate management. Avoid it. Number 13, avoid economics as a course. Avoid it. Number 14, avoid fishery and aquaculture. Avoid it. Agricultural science. Avoid it. Agricultural science, yes, avoid it. Even mass communication, unless you have a clear career path, avoid mass communication as well. Avoid it. Chemistry, avoid it. Physics, avoid it. Unless you have clear career path. If you are choosing any course in 2026, make sure that that course is relevant. There are courses that you can acquire practical skills that you may monetize. That's why I always recommend professional courses. You see all these courses I mentioned, the list is not exhaustive. There are other courses now that have been broken down into pieces. Some courses that used to be 1, they are broken them into like 3. Avoid these courses. All these subject courses, avoid them.
We'll see on
In
this.
2026, they won't fetch you anything unless you have a clear career path. Maybe you want to do your masters and then you want to do your PhD, and by the time you get your PhD, you are coming back to lecturing job. Avoid all those courses are not useless,
Abraham,
but there might
I
be weak industry demand for them, and this is 2026. Courses that used to be relevant 10 years ago, since the wake of technology or artificial intelligence, they have ceased to have relevance. Have a nice day. I am Dr. Kubano, the only lecturer in the whole of Nigeria who doesn't
He's
know
not a
the
lecturer. This is not a
opportunity
lecturer.
for you.
This is not a lecturer.
He's a lecturer actually.
This is not a lecturer. Well, Abraham, before I said anything, I just need a good background check, especially educational background check of this person right now. I have nothing.
Don't forget. Don't forget.
Besides the lecturer,
hello,
because,
hello. Don't forget.
uh,
Don't forget. Hold on. Don't forget the fact that he has an educational background in the
that I
same
wanted.
thing. does it mean that what he's saying is not true?
He's okay, Abraham. Let's pick one of what you just said. I want to isolate one out. He reiterated economics twice, and I look at his face. I don't want to use some abusive word. I'm just in my head. Are you economics of all? I will a little bit
What
agree with him
does
with some aspects.
what
With some
does
aspects of
and
when talk about fishery, from some extent, and well, he was able to make a point by saying probably it's just saturated or not heavily demanded. I actually agree with that. But when he was saying something about there was a particular language he used, he said you must educational stuff. But I actually don't agree with all what he highlighted out, especially what he highlighted out. When you talk about Nigerian language is highly lucrative at the moment right now in Nigeria. You don't even need to leave the country. I'm serious. You don't need to leave
can
the
you
country.
see me?
I'm telling you. That's you see, one of the problems we have in
Anna,
Nigeria is that we
did you hear
limit
him?
our understanding. Listen attentively.
Of course I did.
You know the problem we have in Nigeria is that we limit our understanding to the
Linguistics
minimum
Yoruba.
scope. Listen, I'm serious. In fact, very, very lucrative. Now, listen, we limit our understanding to the microscope of our environment. Some of these content creators or so-called some educators on social media right now don't leave their community and they just use their community as a point of reference to the generality of what's happening in Nigeria at the moment. When he was highlighting other stuff, the only thing I can actually agree with him to some extent when he was mentioning something about fishery. Not that there is no job opportunity, but the concept of it is that well, the job is saturated and it's not heavily even though it is still demanded in some areas. Then it talks about economics, brother. In the digital age, economics, and you are telling me that when you finish economics, you are not getting a job. Even right in Nigeria, he needs to
Oh yeah,
probably he
tell me.
needs to go back
Hello.
to his
Oh
research.
yeah, tell me. An economics graduate. Where is that person likely to be employed?
Plus, brother, he can be employed in the bank.
Anna,
Please,
did you hear
economic.
that?
Listen, that's the problem. That's what I'm saying. The problem is that
Hold,
we
hold
limit
on,
our
oh,
understanding to
hold
Yeah,
limited of
on,
things
I
that we
heard.
do. He
hold
can
on.
be employed do you know that economics person can
It
also
can be
work in the hospital?
employed.
Do you know that economists also work in the hospital too? As an economist, you can work in the hospital.
Anna, did you hear that?
That's
Mm-hmm.
that's
Let me
actually
first search how much are doctors paid for them to get an economics. That's salary of
so you are
doctors
using
in Nigeria.
you are using Google. Well, no need. You know what?
Hold
I
on,
surrender in this discussion. I
hold
won't say
on,
anything again.
hold
It's like you
on.
and the professor are the same
So
thing.
you don't need to say anything, oh, because for
I'm
everything
not.
you say,
I'm actually
I
just taking my
have.
stand. I don't need to.
Anna,
I don't need to say
what do
anything
you
again.
think? Before I start my rant, what do you think?
Please start your rant. Thank you.
Did you notice that when he started his video, he said in Nigeria?
Yes, in
Hmm.
Nigeria, I'm serious. Especially, in fact, let me tell you something. Let me give an instance. When he was talking about Nigerian language, at first, if this video was made in 2010 and 11, 2010, 11, 12, 13, I might actually agree with him to some extent. Yes, to some extent, right now, indigenous language has now become a kind of a declared profession in Nigeria. A declared profession in Nigeria. But at the moment right now, 2024 to 2026 at the moment right now, one of the most lucrative job opportunity. I'm talking probably because I stay in Lagos Island, probably because I stay in Lagos Island, probably. Even in Lagos mainland, there are now private schools right now. There are now private schools who are actually employing, in fact, not even probably a full day. They employ them on based on probably hours, and they pay them more than what they pay other teachers. This has nothing to do with probably they say. I have seen one of my students went to their school. Come and see what a Yoruba teacher is like. Do you know why this teacher actually, the profession actually lucrative? Because English language has become one way or the other has become our first language in Nigeria. Probably you have checked your statistics and seen the development.
Wait.
English
Are
has
we
gone
talking
to some
about
extent.
indigenous languages or we're talking about English?
He said Nigerian language. He said it. He said you
Mm-hmm.
study Nigerian language. That's what he said. And what's at the Nigerian language? I'm talking about Yoruba, Igbo, and Hausa. I'm saying from Fonfad right now,
And
in
many more
2026,
languages.
and many more languages. Don't just stick on the three. Fonfad right now, these three languages are more lucrative because if you go to private schools, especially these big private schools, well, their children speaks, their first language they speak is English language. They have to employ indigenous teachers who can teach. It's not because of they need it, because they know that they need to conserve the language. And I don't want to mention schools, but I can tell you about numbers of schools I have seen that they pay huge amount of money. There was a particular interview I went for, and a certain amount of money was to be paid for an English teacher. And I knew a friend of mine who also worked in the play was like, how much they want to pay? I said, so could you believe that the teacher who is teaching them Yoruba language is collecting twice of the money they want to pay me as an English teacher? Because they knows that the level of our indigenous language is actually declining in some states.
Let's start the rebuttal this way. He said, again, these are the list of courses in Nigeria. There are some you also mentioned and said, except you have a clear career path. Yes or no? So he's not saying.
Thank you.
Hold on.
That's
He's not
actually
saying.
probably.
Hold on. Calm down now. Be calming down. Drink water. You see Anna now. She's drinking water. Drink water.
Excuse me, please don't mention my name when it comes to drinking water, okay? Thank you.
Calm down. Calm down. She's drinking water. You said drink water. Calm down. What I'm saying is, or what he was trying to say is, if you have a clear career path, right, and those courses he mentioned as useless is what you want to do, fine, go ahead and do it, right? But I can tell you, some of the courses he mentioned, you don't even need a university degree to practice them. I saw someone reply to his video and said, they were laughing just the way that you were laughing at me too. You see, this place now, we are growing tomato. You are a 400 level student, you are growing tomato. Do I need a university degree to do that? I have hashed 50,000 fingerlings by myself.
But
by myself. I went to
question.
someone. I went to someone who does it for a day. He does it. That is his daily job.
Abraham, I have a question for you. When you actually got an admission to the universities, let's use an example of the tomato that I just mentioned right now. Are you only going to be taught, okay, this is tomato? You know, thank God you are a graduate, and you know from father is that when we talk about academics, when we talk about bachelor degree, master degrees, no professional course, I don't think no professional course can stand toe to toe by saying what you guys are studying in universities, 100%, if I take you on a professional course, it's equal. You know that from far. You know that.
What I'm
not
saying
100%.
is,
for example,
what that person said in the video was, so are you say how do you, in fact, a statement they made, because there were two in the video, was, how do you eat if they should not study agriculture? Do you know that the majority of the things that you eat, they were planted by people who didn't go to university?
Yeah, I agree.
Do you need to go to university to plant and produce food? No, you don't. You don't. Agriculture to me is, I have a farm, right? I'm doing well. Now I want to go and study it because I want this thing to be done properly. I want to have scientific knowledge about it.
Have you heard about soil experiments?
What Abraham, hold on.
Have you heard about? No, I have a question.
Because soil science is also a course. one of the useless courses.
Oh, have you heard
I
about
have I
soil
have heard about it.
experiment?
I have.
Someone who has never gone to school before and just got a piece of farmland, believing that because this is a farmland, is supposed to be nutrified, it has the nutrient enough to grow my crops. And after 1 year, nothing yield from it. If you don't go to school, there are some things you will miss. Abraham, that
No,
is the fun fact.
no,
There are
no.
some things
Do you
you
know?
will
Do you
miss.
even know? Do you even know that these people that study these agricultural courses, they now go out there once they establish their own farm. They now teach other people how to without even they teach them the core part of what they are supposed to do, and those people now go out there and then they start producing for snail, fish, normal crops. You don't need 4 years to learn crop rotation, to learn how to do
So are
manure,
you
to
saying that
learn.
are you saying that it's a waste 4 years for probably an agricultural student to go to university to study this course than just going to a professions
If you are
where
a
you can
nepo,
just
if
learn
you are a
in
nepo
within 1 year?
baby, if you are a nepo baby, it's not a waste of time. But
Abraham,
if you are from
Abraham,
a
Abraham,
poor family,
I
you will
really
go to
disagree
your
with that.
uncles and ask for loan
I
because
really
you want to
disagree
start
with
a
that.
farm.
Abraham, I have a question for you. If I put a graduate, if I have 2 acres of land, if I put a
Do you
graduate
know?
in
Do
one
you know how
acre
much
of
farm
land,
managers are paid?
listen. If I put a graduate in 1 acre of land and I put a professional person in 1 acre of land, and I give them 2 years, within the two of them, scientifically, coming from someone who is actually educated, within 2 years, who will be more productive between two of them? In terms of protecting the crops, getting a good productivities, and making everything align within the person who goes to university to study this thing for 4 fucking years. Sorry for the use of the F word. For 4 good years,
They
and
burn us, eh?
someone who learned this within a year as a profession. To you, who do you think is going to be more productive? This has nothing to do with years now.
It
Let's
doesn't
take the 4 years
matter.
and let's take the 4 years and 1 year out of it. Let's take the years. But someone go
It
to university to learn this and someone add the professions. Abraham, don't say that. You know that for fun fact. Someone go to university, apart from learn about the crops, there are other additional information. For example, now just like when we study English at University of Lagos, two of us, when we study English at University of Lagos, there are some things that we will never thought of under English language. We all know that some areas of English language that it will never cross the mind. Okay, this is on an English language. It will never cross the mind that this is on an English language because we believe that English language just studied all the part of me you were taught in secondary school. But immediately you got that degree, there are different for you there. Someone who is actually an agricultural student who went to the universities has an edge, an advantage over someone who learn as a profession because if you are going to university, there's some lot of experiments, observation, hypotheses, theories that you can apply, and that is why crop growing in the world right now has multiplied in millions of fold because we have people who actually go into this particular course to study how to take care of this plant, not about someone who just learn as a professions. And
all
to be honest,
those
also,
tomatoes
you
and pepper that you are
Anyways,
eating.
can I agree to the both of you on some levels?
No, don't
Yes,
agree.
I
Oh.
can.
Don't
yes,
agree.
you
Oh.
can,
Don't agree.
please,
Yes,
Oh.
I can.
please,
Because this boy,
Yes.
this
please.
boy, this boy is eating the pepper and tomato planted by people who did not go to university.
And he's
Who says
advocating
so?
for people
Says
to
you.
still go to the university to
You
go
Says
are
and
you. Who is
see
that supervisor? Do you know
if
that? Do
you
you know
buy
that these same people are
catfish.
there.
supervised by an educated
Hold on.
person?
If you
Do you know
buy,
that they
if
are
you go
supervised by an
to,
educated person?
if you buy catfish, it is mostly produced by someone who did not go to university.
But supervised
That's the
supervised by
point. That's the point. These
someone who went to
courses
university. Abraham, but supervised by someone who went to university. Yes or yes?
supervised by.
Yes
I'm
or
telling
yes.
you. I'm telling
No,
you
that's the
that.
I
truth.
don't
See,
understand.
Hold on. Oh.
I have
Hold
seen
on.
it.
This one is
Someone who
not.
learned this at the
This one is
professions
not
went
saying.
into this
Or
particular
let me
field,
tell you.
but he or she is supervised by someone who is actually
Hold
a
on.
graduate.
I'm telling you
That's the truth.
no. I said no. Let me tell you.
That's
Just
not
little
no.
story. Little story. Before we round up this part. In 2012, when I finished my secondary school, I was taken to a place called Odogbolu in Ogun State area. It's a local government. itself, right? And a lot of people there, they are into fish farming, especially catfish farming. There was a man there called Endurance, right? Endurance cannot use the end part of a bottle to write O. He could not. Do you understand? He could not use it. How did he start his farm? He was digging, because this one is not that you make concrete and then you pour water inside. He would dig it in the ground. He was digging ponds for people, right? And after he started all that, and then he got a piece of land by himself and started. I think at that time, while I was there, I'm talking 2012, he had about 20 ponds, and he's the one who supervises everything. He's not educated. I'm not sure he finished secondary school.
Can he
See,
produce in
the
large
way,
quantity for the world? Can he produce in large
yes,
quantity?
I'm telling
He
you,
can't.
yes.
These are just basic human instincts. Abraham, I've done mine too when I was small.
This is not about
I had a mini
instinct.
farm. Abraham, I had a mini farm when I was small.
This is someone that will come
I have
to your farm and tell you that your fish is sick. How did he know that your fish is sick?
Abraham, these are instincts. These
How
are
did he
experience.
instinct?
He has,
Knowing that
he
your
has
fish is
done this
sick
for
is instinct.
how many years? How many years has he done this? How many years experience did he have in that particular profession? If I may ask, how many years? Be honest. Minimum of 5 years. Yes or yes?
So
Yes or
did he
yes?
have to go to school to get the
I have a
experience?
question now. Now the animal is sick. Do you know that even in the content of saying animal is sick, there is some element of saying that the animal is not sick. Probably there's a factors, probably there's a climate change or ecosystem or some stuff. Abraham, what I'm saying this is that we are not talking about, there's what is called human instinct. Everybody have that. You say you read animal. If I tell you about livestock that I've read in my life, you will never believe it. There was a particular time that they gave me name in our community there, the chicken boy. It was so annoying, but when I grew up, I loved the name. But when I was still small, I hate the name. That is the chicken boy. I started with 2 chickens. Before I know it, Baba, every December, we sell not less than 15 or 20 chickens and make money from it. And I can tell whenever anything is happening to my chicken, I can tell by saying, Dad, something's happened to this chicken. And my dad will be like, what do you know? It's what is called basic instinct. And I learn about these chickens in a proper way, in a standard
So did
way.
you
It will
have
go
to
beyond
go to
just saying
school
it.
to get
Thank
the
you.
knowledge?
Now, what are now the effects I'm now bringing out from my experience? There are some stuff, what's called instincts. Instincts are just observations. They are not theory. They are not real. They may actually just be an instinct that I have towards the chicken. Some of them works out, some of them does not work out. There was a part that I was having some instinct that something happened to. I've made many guesses and I don't want to use the word guess or suggestion. What I'm saying is that there's a practical way that when you went to universities, you see clearer. It became elusive for you. It became lucid, clearer to you. There are some things that you don't just say something happens to you. You're able to see beyond what is said. Let me tell you something. If you put a graduate right now to observe a chicken, and they put someone probably observe a chicken, and someone had a 5 years experience observe a chicken, they both come from different angles. But I'll tell you one thing: what the graduate will use, a diligent one, not just parabolating graduates, a diligent one who truly study that particular course. What he will observe will be a little bit advanced to the person who have a 5 years experience as a professions. That's what I'm just saying. That's just my conclusion.
Okay, everybody clap hand for Olakunle and for Abraham. Clap your hand. Thank you very much. You guys, it's okay. Please.
Anna, I think next time we're going to have a debate. Abraham versus Anna.
You people just put me in the middle and you're just throwing words. You're just throwing, you are just going back and forth. And I'm wondering like, what's going on here?
The funny thing is that I'm trying to see that Abraham is just trying to just piss me off without arguing because
I think to some extent, right?
I know to some extent.
Now let me.
He knew what he's saying, but instead of just trying to just defend the argument as is possible.
I think let me say something. To some extent, there are some courses that, just as the guy said, if you if you don't have plans to explore. Okay, you didn't actually say if you don't have plans to explore, but you said if you don't have a definite path, you shouldn't take. Then I'm also going to add
Sure.
that if you don't have plans to explore different
Uh,
aspects. Okay, welcome back. If you don't have
Of that
plans to
particular
explore
course,
different aspects of that course or that thing that you're studying, go and study
it's actually
something else
useless,
that is
which is actually true.
straightforward and is in demand. So I agree to what the guy said. There are courses that in Nigeria are not in demand. If you study them
We can't say they're not
out
demand.
of
We might just say probably the
out
person
of
has no clear career path. We can just put it that way. Not that
out
they're not in
out
demand.
if you study them, see, Olakunle, you made me forget what I want to say. I just lost my thinking. Like there's some courses that are not in huge demand. Let me put it that way. They're not in huge
Huge
demand.
demand, better.
If you study them, you would have to go outside of
you
what
guys
you
are
studied,
using
not because you
euphemism.
find not because you find something else that you love, because there are people who study a course and then outside of it they find something else that they love that they can do, but because it is now necessary for you to survive. So now you have to survive, then you have to look outside what you studied in the university. It happens all the time. It happens in many ways that we
And
can
I also
even
think,
count.
that probably the guy was trying to say this, that many people goes to a particular a course thinking because of when I finish I will know what to do.
You
Like you
guys,
said,
Yeah,
you
there are
don't
some
having a
you
people
clear
don't
like
career
know
path.
that.
We have many students like that that they will tell you that, like,
you
Master,
don't
I
know
have
you
one of
don't know
my
that
students, he said I'm going to law for what? I don't even know, but
Can we
I want to
move
study law.
on?
Let's
it
move
is
Can
on
the
we
to the fast
move
challenge.
economy.
I'm ready
on?
to win another. I'm not ready to win another round. Abraham, let's start
Because
with the
I
fast
allowed
challenge.
you
I'm ready to
last
win
week.
another
Because
round.
I allowed you last week. Put your
I
beg.
am ready to. I am ready to win another round. Let's go, Abraham. Let's
All
start
right.
with the first one. No, the time. Let's just go with our question instead of fast challenge. This is 10:24, so that we keep our audience waiting. Let's
Hmm.
just go to the questions so that I will win my round immediately.
What do you think is fact challenge?
We have to do just one. Are we doing the both?
Yeah, it's just one. What do you
We're
think is
doing
fact
one
challenge?
today.
Luckily,
But
luckily, what do you?
I know. I calm down. I know the first challenge. I'm saying that we just move on to the second, but don't it? We are just in the first challenge. It's
No,
Are
okay.
no,
you
no, no,
sure?
no, no,
Are
no,
you sure
no.
you know
This
the
is the
fact
quiz.
challenge?
This is the quiz part. I guess he's not ready to win today's one because he doesn't even know that this is the
It's the
part
quiz part
where.
he's talking about now.
All
Is
right,
this the title of the first? Okay.
all right. Let
It's
us
the
go.
quiz. You guys, why are
Let
we
us
doing
go.
quiz
Hey.
today? Oh my god,
This
I
is
hate
Eh,
it.
quiz.
eh, eh,
You
eh,
hate
eh,
quiz.
eh,
No, we're not talking
eh,
about
eh, eh.
taboo. We're not talking about taboo. So, all right, all right. In
I,
fact, let me.
I've picked my answer.
Okay,
I've picked my answer.
so
Abraham, bring it back.
we're not
I picked
doing
my answer
that
already.
yet. That's not the question. The question has to be randomized. Are you scared?
After I picked my
I,
answer.
I,
After I
I
picked
I
my
know,
answer.
I know that I can't win. But you see, there, sitting in the middle,
You know you can't win.
sitting in the middle. Yeah, I can't win. I'm not much of
I'm
a
winning this round again. I'm gonna
history
win this round again.
history or fact person like that. But when it comes to draft and maybe soon chess, none of you will be able to, be able to challenge
Don't
me.
bring it now.
Why would
Don't
you be
bring it now.
playing
Don't
chess
bring it now.
online?
Don't
Please,
even
I
bring it
beg.
there.
You
Don't
want to
come play with me
disgrace
when it
me?
comes to chess. No need.
No, chess is
I
just
love
brain
chess.
work. I mean, I played draft at my CDS, and I think it was glorious. It
Nice.
was.
Alright, let's
Yeah.
start with the first one.
Yeah, we're gonna start with this one.
Why aren't you doing the wheel today?
Why
The
do you?
time.
Okay, if there's time, we'll do that.
No, 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 no. I want us to do one, and I want us to do the
Uh,
wheel.
you are scared
No, we
because you
need
are
a
going
fast
to
challenge.
lose.
Let's go to fast challenge. No wheel today. Fast challenge. Wait,
You're
fast
scared
I
challenge.
want
because you're
us
Fast
to
going
do
to
challenge.
the
lose.
Fast
wheel
challenge. Fast
today.
challenge. Fast challenge. Fast challenge. No, let's go with the fast challenge. No wheel today. Yeah.
All
Okay.
The
right,
first question.
all right. Hold on. So I'm gonna circle through the questions that we did the last time. All right. So these are not the questions. Um, these are not. So you're going to see some of the questions that we did, right?
Let's start with the one we haven't done now.
Hold on.
And he wants to decide which one he's showing us now. Olakunle, calm down. Why is your blood boiling?
His blood is
I'm
always
ready to win. I'm ready to win this round.
boiling, 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 boiling. Let me show the results first.
One, Kule,
Yeah, the
one.
result
Can
is
I see the
0-0.
result?
Why will it be 1? Why will it be
Check.
1?
Wait, have we started?
We've not started
Yes,
anything.
now.
Oh, don't.
Check
We've
the
not
result.
started anything.
Check the
Oh,
result.
this
That's
boy.
Olakunle one. Can you see? I picked my
Okay,
answer. I told
I
I picked
know,
my
I
answer.
know, I know,
I
I know
told I
what to
picked my
do.
answer for the first
I
question.
know what to do.
I
This
told I picked
boy.
my answer. Don't
I
start.
know
Don't
what you
start from the
see.
beginning.
Even that
I
one, we
know.
didn't start now.
We haven't.
He
Oh,
already
it
like,
did. It did.
Cheater,
Yeah.
cheater, cheater.
Oh my god. No need. No, let's start from the beginning again. You don't need to add it. I'll just remove one from me from any score. I'll just minus one from any score.
Just
Hmm.
-1 from any. Imagine after you have. I've
Is
reset your
that a
results.
question?
I've reset
It's
your
fine.
results. All right.
It's fine.
So
Let's see.
we
Why is it breaking? Oh no.
Sent out by Anna.
I didn't do
all right.
nothing.
All right.
We've done this.
So
We've done this before. We've done last week.
we've done
I
that
don't
before.
think
Yeah.
so. Check
Yeah, we have.
basing.
Yeah,
Even
yes,
this one,
last,
we
yes,
have.
yes.
We have.
Okay, yes. Your
last week, yes.
masquerade.
Even this one too. We have. I remember. I have a
We've
good.
not done.
We've not done this.
We've not done this one,
We've
but
done this one
since
too.
I've reviewed
We
it,
haven't
we're
done
just
this
gonna
No.
one.
go
So
to.
let's start with this one, right?
We all of you will know it.
We start
So
with this
no.
one, right?
So we start with this one. Yeah, and
Yeah, I've
then
already picked my answer. I picked my.
not this one now. I'll review the answer. I've reviewed the answer. Abi, you think and I've reset.
I picked my answer. Now go and check.
I have reset it. Right. Thank you. All right. So let's now.
Olakunle, calm down now. Which one are we starting with?
All right. So we're about to start. Okay. So
Abraham, don't want me to
this
win
is
this
how it
tonight.
goes. This is how it goes. I'm gonna play this finishes. I review the results. Right?
Okay,
Sure.
so that means it's not something that you have to.
Yeah. All right. So next question. Okay. Go.
Me, I don't know. I just pick anything. No, wait. This
How do I
question
feel
was
like
asked
Anna
on
is
Thursday.
using?
We've done this-
Anna will be using
Abraham,
today. Sorry?
Abraham, we've done this question. Remember the first day.
Yeah,
We've done this question. We've done this question. Yeah, we've done this question. We start.
Ah.
We've done this question. I remember. I remember.
Oh, okay.
I remember.
All right.
We've
I'm
done
gonna
this question. We start.
the next question now. Yeah, let's see.
I think it's
One.
to show it and see if we've done it before you start the song. Is that okay?
Okay.
Yeah. All right. So
Okay.
next question is gonna be this.
And why would I use juju? If I know, I know. If I don't know, I leave it.
All right. This is the next question.
Hey.
I'm not sure I know this so.
The Casualty is a famous war poem by. Okay. I think I've read. Shit, it's in between two people.
Okay. Let's clap. Let's clap for Anna.
I knew it.
That was guesswork, guys. I've never read that thing.
That.
All right.
Who is
next
the author? Who do
question.
you pick, Anna?
JP.
Anna, who do you pick?
Clark,
I knew
JP
that it's
Clark.
JP Clark. It's between JP Clark and Christopher.
And
I was
Christopher.
contemplating. It's between
I was
JP Clark
actually,
and Christopher. I was
and
contemplating the two of
I was
them.
even thinking it's
Because I
Chinua.
know.
Nah,
Oh,
it can't
no,
be
no, no, no,
Chima.
no, no, Chido, not. It can't be Gabriel Okara. It can't be Gabriel Okara. It can't be Chino Achebe. It's between Christopher Kibo and JP Clark. I
And
knew that.
JP.
But I was just like,
All
I wanted
right.
to remember the author of the poem.
Next
And I've read the
question.
poem. Ah, Jesus.
I've not read the poem. I just picked
Raps
rafts.
is the play by wish.
Which kind of question
Raps,
is this? Like
raps.
this?
Hey, literature student.
Everything is just against me. This life.
The raft. No, don't find yourself peace. Wait. I have a big answer.
All of you failed it.
I didn't even pick my answer. What's the answer? What's the answer? Show me the answer. JP Clark.
JP
JP
Clark's.
Oh,
Oh, Mr.
Jesus.
Today is
Oh.
JP Clark's day. Oh. Dang.
Jesus. I knew that it's JP Clark because Fema Shop is never write any book.
All right.
The title the
Let's
raft.
go again.
You knew, but why didn't you pick it?
I was saying wait. I was about to click.
How many
the letters.
seconds do we have, Abraham?
It's the seconds of the clip. I think it's
Even
15
is a poem
seconds.
collection by I can't see.
Me, I don't understand this one that we're saying poem today. Oh.
Everyone's gates.
A, B, C, D, E, F, G.
Jesus
Kissibo,
Christ.
Kickbo.
Jesus Christ. Now we're still at
Kickbo.
one. Imagine.
Let's
No
continue.
wala.
Please pick
Oh,
something that is
Allah.
not poem. Thanks. Thanks.
It's not me picking, it's randomized. So next
Mm.
question.
Everybody's going to get this one. I mean, if
Now
I
I'm
fail
going
it,
to
people
see I'm
should
going to
beat
see
me.
fastest finger now.
What if we fail it, everybody?
I'm gonna beat all of you. You people are supposed to get it. Oh,
Olakunle the
Olakunle is the fastest. A ready boy.
Southwest.
Okay, no wala. Let's see.
Another new title. Another title to my new right.
Nsala. Ofe nsala. Ofe nsala.
Do you know that I partner these people and I don't even know? They've mentioned it for me before. I don't even know which one it is.
Nah,
I'm
you
not
don't care.
sure.
You don't really care for yeah. All we care about is that you get
Jesus,
the
I paid the
question.
wrong answer. I paid the.
Because I was looking
Jesus
ofe nsala. White soup.
It's my
Thank you.
Calabar food.
Oh,
I'm good. I patronize actually. I love to eat that soup. So I know it's.
is it calabar soup? It's an Igbo soup now.
Yeah, no, Igbo is not Calabar.
Because if
Igbo
you
is
go
not
and
Calabar.
get
Let's
now,
Igbo people
oh yeah,
catch
get
you.
this one.
Kilishi
Get
is a
this
made
one.
from bush.
Oh.
Sure.
All these questions are easy. Oh. Easy for some people. Like Anna.
How?
Anna is Anna. Now the question is for Anna. The question is for Anna. It's for Anna. Anna, if you miss this, just leave your Kaduna. Just leave Kaduna. If you miss this, leave Kaduna.
Please, let me shine my eye very. Let me see what I pick before. Oh,
This one is everybody. So there's no clapping. Abi, I should clap.
clap for all of us who tried, and our viewers if they're
I actually
responding.
learned that from a friend who was posted to Maduguri for NYSC. That was when I learned that.
Kilishi.
From the
Beef jerky.
was posted to Maduguri, so that was when I learned about it.
Oh, is it soup or what? Hey.
Hey, Jesus Christ. Nigeria will not kill me. Oh.
I doubt this one. I doubt this one. I don't even know these states. I knew it. It's Delta State.
It's the You see, Anna?
I got it.
Anna,
Voila.
which one you got? You knew the answer.
I was confused between Delta. It's because of the name. I was confused between Delta and Edo because they are like very
I
No,
pick the do.
related.
I pick the do. I pick the
Next
do.
question.
I don't
Because
care.
I know that they're related.
But thanks for telling me.
I pick the do. Hey, this is for Anna now. All this thing is bonus.
How is it
Anna.
for me? Am I a chef?
All this thing is
Am I a
bonus for
chef?
Anna. All this thing is
You have a
all this
natural
bonus for
advantage.
Anna.
Luckily, why
Anna
you
has
complain?
natural
I said let us
advantage.
do the wheel. You say no. Let's do quiz.
No, we continue. Let's continue.
So who got it? Let's
You
see.
got it right,
Anna got it.
and I also got it too. I got it too. I know I can do.
Okay.
I'm
Next
coming for you. I'm
question.
coming for you. I'm coming.
Please, when
Next
do we
person.
end this?
When you
Two more
when you win.
questions. Then we end this. The first CEO of the commercial bank in Nigeria. Oh, Jesus. Commercial bank in Nigeria was. This name sound familiar.
God, I'm conflicted.
The name sound familiar. My answers sound familiar. I've heard the name before. I'm not sure.
Okay.
Cecilia Ibru.
I
didn't get it.
I pay for lunch. I pay
Everybody.
for.
I think
I
we
I like
need
it,
that.
eh?
Oh,
I pay
emotion.
Alakija too because I know that name is actually a popular name.
Was she in the finance? Alakija was in oil.
I don't know. So that's my first time. In which year? We're already in school. Cashless
Cashless.
policy. I don't know. Let me just quickly. Oh God, I don't know.
2012.
I don't know. Sure.
Dang,
I don't know.
I didn't get it.
actually
Oh
don't
my
know.
god.
Actually don't know. Actually don't know.
Oh.
Actually don't know. Cashless. The one I know was 2020, 2022.
No, that was not that one.
I know. I'm just saying. I know there is another which Nigerian.
It was Buhari that brought cashless possible now. And Standard Trust.
Standard Trust Bank.
Oh, what kind of? This is the last question. Olakunle.
Is that Zenith or Asset? Zenith.
I didn't pick my answer.
UBA.
I was not sure actually.
Yeah, let us
UBA.
show
Ow.
the results. So it is Anna who has won this.
Thank you guys. Thank you. Oh please don't take me pictures. Oh don't take my pictures. Oh come on.
We don't need to take
Thank
anything.
you.
We still draw 1-1. I won the last time.
Oh
we won
please
today, so
don't
it's still draw.
snap me.
It's
Lights
draw.
are too much. The paparazzi.
It's draw. No winner.
There's
There's
a
a
winner
winner.
actually. There's a winner. There's a winner. There is a winner. There is a winner. Okay.
I look at it today. I was like, let's do the wheel. Olakunle, thank you for pushing that we do this. God bless.
You want to talk about the taboos and all sorts, right?
Hopefully we don't talk about taboo.
Yeah. It's time that we ended
All
this. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there anything that you want to say, that you guys want to say? Let me put you on the main scene. Yeah. So
Good night,
any
guys.
parting
Enjoy
words?
yourself.
Good night,
guys. Enjoy
Nigeria.
yourself.
Let's pray that
Okay.
Monday is public holiday too.
All right. All right. Good night,
But then
everyone.
if it's not, back to work.
I hope you enjoy everything. Of course, not the fact that someone was kidnapped or has gone missing or something like that. But yeah, thank you so much, everybody. Good night, Anna. Good night, Olakunle. See you.
Good night. See you guys. Good night.
Join our journey and dive into the lively foray. As Nigeria live, tune in bright and clear. Insights, laughs and knowledge are all right here.